kukimbia. I miss the streets where 2007, 2017, 2018, 2013, when Mudhama was leading this maandamano hapa Tao, passing on Moi Avenue, and we have to set down a blaze. We have been peaceful for so long, and the government is taking us for granted. There is no single day tutashinda hapa tumeka hapa kila siku and we are just saying we are peaceful. Honestly speaking, if a whole human being is being sodomized and we are here saying that we are peaceful, for us to go back tomorrow again to come here and say free Morara, because the ones that they have arrested are not enough, they have decided to arrest the ones that are speaking reality. It is high time we become bold enough. Is either we go down that lane whereby we are violent, or we go down that lane where we are peaceful and we will never get justice. Even occupying DCI is not important. Just go put Nairobi town on a standstill. No business, no nothing. And we do it consistently. The government will come down to its knees. Kenyans, is high time tukue like a mind sasa inaanza kufikiria. I've seen a lot of people here. Mi nimekuwa hizi streets from day one. I've seen how Kenyans are being beaten down by these policemen. We know their script. They will wake up at 6 a.m. to go and barricade Nairobi town so that vehicles are not going to enter town. But if we tell them, basi, kill all of us, by the end of the day, my parents, the only thing they'll get, mi niliwaambia wanieke kwa shuka wanizike. But I'm not going to sit down again and see people being taken through the same route that we've been going. Every year, every now and then, we are out here to demand for justice. What justice are we demanding when somebody goes to the courts, bribes all the judges, and they are out free on the loose? Then somebody will go on TV and tell you, my friends, umejua namna hii, namna gani? William Ruto is a liar, a man who told us on TV, ile mambo ambayo mimi nimepitia na mkubwa yangu, deputy yangu hatapitia. What is his deputy going through right now? The same frustration. He's the same man who will stand on this top of these vehicles and tell you, mama mboga nyinyi hamutateseka. Say, what is mama mboga doing? They don't even have unga. Bei ya unga imekuwa expensive to an extent they cannot even afford. People are sleeping hungry. So tukianza kukaa chini and we just come here every day na tunapiga tu kelele, it doesn't make sense. Is either we go and go the Kibra way. Bora tusiende na reli. We should not go with things that are important to us. We should not vandalize people's property. Lakini tunaweza enda na taya na to set Moi Avenue ablaze. And we say today, no vehicle, no business on Moi Avenue. We have decided to pollute this whole area. So guys, it's high time. If you are leaving tomorrow to go to the streets, there is no dictator, there is no murderer who has ever been removed on power with a handkerchief, Colgate on your face, and a bottle of water. Thank you.
Hey. Thank you, 6,000. Call to action. Saying this is what is happening, this is what is going on. So he knows what it is to see a comrade down, bleeding. He knows what it means. Tear gas amekula. So when we say enough is enough, like we need to get out of our comfort zones, out of our homes, out of allowing the government to, because right now they're just testing, like to see how much can we get along with. If they can abduct Morara and tunyamaze. Imagine Toria, imagine Ziki, imagine Josephine, imagine you. And there are many other Kenyans who, in fact, this is one of the places where my heart is, and a lot of you, those Kenyans who are not on social media, who are who have no notoriety, who no one knows, wameshikwa, and we can't even make noise for them. We don't know who they are. That saddens me. Na wamepotea. We'll never know their disappearances. But the fact that we know that abduction is back in the country is a cause of concern. Kesho, back on the streets. Ziki, mic ni yako, karibu kwenye space.
Asante sana, bro. I'm just so disgusted. Niko disgusted, yani, like, nasikia ka niko na constant nausea, man. Like, I am so disappointed na government to the point where, like, I'm shaking. I'm just nimenyamaza tu. But you know what? I know many of us have been asking when the 25th of June will come. I want to tell everybody who's in this space and everybody who's listening, plus DCI, that this is our 25th, another shot we've been given. And the shot is as clear as day. We just need to take the shot. We need to fire immediately and liberate our country. Tutoe hawa watu mazee kabisa. We need to show these bastards that the power belongs to the people. We need them to realize that we're just not a bunch of kids with phones and flags that Koget. We're millions of us who feel the same way that yani wametusinya, yani nasikia wamenisinya hadi mwisho. Na mi nataka kuambia watu wa DCI wale wako hapa saa hii wajue they are holding the sixth president of Kenya right now. They just need to tread softly because this is about to bite them in the ass. Itawauma. Na I hope Morara amemark kila mtu ule amemshika. They just need to know that Morara is not just a person. Pahali ametoa hii Kenya na pale ametufikisha, we just need to finish what he started. We need to finish it kabisa. So I'm urging, please, tafuteni courage pale muliziweka. Kesho asubuhi na mapema. Na vile Keoti amesema, hakuna mtu anatumiwa fare. Hii ni nchi yako. You need to amka, chukua maji, hata kama utatumia miguu, enda tao, enda pali watu wako. Usikae peke yako, utabebwa. Na mimi nataka kuambia, ukienda kubebwa na watu wako hapo, tafadhali usiache mtu wenyewe abebwe. Usiache mtu apigwe mbele yako bila sababu. It doesn't make sense. Kwani hao watu wanafikiria ni nani? They're just human beings just like us. Mbona mtu akupige? Why? They are not colonialists. They are not white. Sisi ni weusi. We share the same color. We share the same blood. Why should another human being hit you? So at this point, please gather everything you have, all the strength you have to fight this government, and let's take our country back. Let's take our country back. Let's free Morara. Let's get justice for Bruce. Let's avenge the death of all the people who died na hii gava within the last 3 months. Na ni wengi. So we need to get out there. Afro hata nisianze kulia. Nasilia ati nimepigwa. Nalia tu ile passion niko nayo, man. Hawa si wanafaa watoke waishie wakwende. Hata kwanza hata wasisi ati wakwende. Tuwachome tuweke kwa jela. You know what? Just think about it. Hizi police stations sijui Kamkunji, hii nini. Deal moja ya Murkomen itajenga police station na itajenga kitu ingine classic sana. If we burn this shit down, kuonesha how serious we are. I swear tutaskizwa. But these people, I don't know, man. But tafadhali, kesho amka asubuhi na mapema, tukutane downtown. We shut this shit down until further notice.
Thank you so much, Ziki. Kesho asubuhi, downtown CBD, guys. There's no other way to put it. What you're feeling is what I'm feeling. Is what everyone is feeling. It is the collective consciousness of the Kenyan right now who understands, who is in tune, who has his finger on the pulse on the corrupt leadership that is going on in the country, who knows the injustices that has been done on Bruce and Kebaso, Morara being held incommunicado. Like the law says, you're entitled to a lawyer. Wanambia, no one can see you. And then taking you, shifting you between different police stations without even charging you, without even telling you this is your charge sheet, this is why we are arresting you. This is the Kenya that we have, like Constitution 2010, that we came away from. Na tunarudishwa nyuma, and Ruto is not stopping there. This guy wants to be a dictator. Even I saw sijui at them to table a motion sijui to increase from 5 years to, imagine 7 years of Ruto. Let's not even go there. 7 years of Ruto. How to increase the presidential term limits? Anyway, data scientist, microphone is yours. Karibu kwenye mic. Is it data or data? Ebu correct us.
It's supposed to be data.
Data. Okay, data. Karibu data scientist.
Okay, thank you for the mic, bro. Anyways, I'm not happy. Well, we can see whatever is happening. It's so we can't even quantify whatever is happening. We have been led by tyrants. So, I'm going to make a few remarks. I honestly wish that the national intelligence was working with us, so that we can keep the government at their toes, but they're not doing that. It's so unfortunate. So right now they've held our leader, who has actually been giving us direction, the rational way. So they're trying to intimidate us. You saw whatever that happened in Mombasa. It's the highest level of evil you can do to your fellow man. It's not justified at all. And if somebody said things that are going to intimidate you, maybe you have to make them face you in a court of law. So right now, I think we need to do a complete overhaul of our constitution, because it's not protecting us, as you can see. Because so many atrocities have been conducted to the Kenyan Mwananchi, and people are assuming. So we should do an overhaul we should actually send a message home. Why can't we guys, like, everybody contribute like 100 bob? We think about this, so this going to sound so radical, but we should think about even contributing 100 bob. We need to put hits on these guys, because actually whatever they are doing is not okay. The DCI is making everything sound so irrational, because they're not supposed to do whatever they're doing. And the other time it was so I wasn't expecting whatever information that was released, that they're actually performing. It's you can see the level of the African state as we are being controlled by the West. And then we need to rethink ourselves. So for Morara tomorrow, let's show up. Let's let everybody just come as a Kenyan citizen who stands for something that is right. You know, Morara has been using his Vampire Diary episodes. He has been exposing the unaccomplished and projects that have been relaunched. So we don't need any evidence to justify that this guy is on the right path, and we should put our indifferences to aside, and then stand for what's right for humanity. You know, the West, we are actually facing maybe the next humanity is supposed to be so many people are supposed to be killed. We need a leader who is going to be there accountable for us as we face the next annihilation of what the humanity. You can see whatever that is happening in Israel, Iran, and Lebanon. So we need somebody who is going to stand for us, somebody who's going to somebody who will just make the right shots. We don't need these incompetent guys ruling us by the sake of our elder and the rest. They're more political than us. We just need to make sure there's a complete shutdown in the country. let's close these roads. Let's make sure we are giving us our leader, because we haven't approached them in the defensive way, but they are calling us for an attack. And then if they want an attack, we just have to stand out and then give them an attack. Because if it's general pressing, then we're gonna also have to play general pressing, because that's how we're gonna at least accrue some win. So yes, let's go in numbers. 20 million of us can raise close to 200 million. If somebody's going to visit, like maybe like the Silk Road or any site in the dark web, we can easily get somebody's rock. Whatever they are playing, we can also play that game. Because right now we are not going to be told that those guys are not going to follow the constitution. You guys, we are dealing with people who have gone rogue and they already know what they are doing. So we have to rethink our strategy. So we have to play like general pressing, because that's what they're giving. So those are my few remarks. Let's go. Let's release our comrade. Viva, comrades. Viva.
Do you use Microsoft SQL Server, SSIS, Power BI? What is it? Because you have recognized these guys are not operating within the constitution. Mr. Data Scientist.
Yes. They're actually
What tools do you utilize?
Power BI for visual.
Power BI. Very good, very good. Are you going to give us any dashboards on what's going on, the corruption in the country?
I can work on that. It's something possible.
But you need the data to work on it. We need to capture that data. Anyway, nice to have you in the movement. And you've been here, long time I've seen you. But anyway, thanks, Data Scientist. I'll give the microphone to... Hey, Josephine, your hand is up.
Yes, thank you so much. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, go ahead.
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I continue appreciating KOT for hosting the space, and Afrocentric and Toria for co-hosting. Thank you so much. And I want to say again, good evening, fellow Kenyans, wherever you are. Guys, what I want to ask you is something very simple. A person who has been born of a woman, how many times can they die in their life? Definitely, it's only once. You cannot die twice. I am one person. Since when we began, I kept on saying, let's obey the constitution, let's do this and the other. But now I can stand firm and say, ni kama mbaya ni mbaya, guys. And if yenye imefika, it's bad. We need to stand out for what we believe in and actually take what's rightfully ours. I don't care. I will not even want to think whether it's wrong to burn down a police station. Let it go. Let the police stations go into ashes if they cannot respect us as Kenyans. We are tired, guys. I think we are tired, and the time has come. Let's have nothing in the country. Let's all go down to zero. We start life all over again together, so that we have a neutral ground where we can respect each other. We cannot afford to see what Mr. Ruto is doing to us. Orders are being given by the court. He doesn't obey them and he doesn't care. And he is there still pushing us even up to the wall. Even when we are being sensitized, he feels that it's something wrong to be done because we are information is being given to the people to open people's eyes. Kutoa watu taka za masikio haitakikani katika Kenya hii, ni hatia mpaka mtu anakuwa abducted. Guys, I think enough is enough. This is our country. If it means taking it to the ground and on its knees for us to be respected and to get what we deserve, and everybody saying now, yes, we can obey the constitution, all of us, with no discrimination. A time has come, guys. A time has come and it's now. We cannot die twice. Now you would rather die as a sincere death as a hero rather than live begging on your knees. Me, I don't believe in begging. And for those who know me personally, they know I am no nonsense. There are things that you cannot take any longer. Guys, can we stand up now? Can we now borrow the spirit of Meguna and move like ghosts? Let's move like warthogs. We don't care what will happen. We don't care. Let's go and face the government on coalition. Time has come, fellow Kenyans. We cannot take this any longer. And actually, let's not talk about Nairobi only. Let everybody move out from their territories wherever they are and march to the offices. Whatever stands in your presence, bring it down. Why should you stand on our presence while we are really suffering, while we are really destroyed and we are in tatters, guys? I think I feel very much demoralized, and we need to stand up now. It's either now or we keep quiet and remain silent to be oppressed and oppressed forever. And me, I'm not for that. Let's go out there. We have the power. We have the energy. 75% is a very big percentage of us being oppressed by people. Very few people, less than 2,000 people, guys. Can we use our energy for the right cause now? Let's bring it, if it means bring the country down into ashes and we build it again tomorrow, let's go for that. Enough is enough, guys. We have had enough of the nonsense, what we are hearing, what we are seeing, and we cannot continue like this, guys. Kindly, can you actually tell yourself, here in this world now, we are around 2017, 2107 something. If you tell two people, let's go out, let's be brave enough, let's move out tomorrow, guys, we will be respected in this country. We will be respected in this country. But if we keep on dilly-dallying and saying here and the other, then guys, people are going to tremble on us. Now they will use us like rags. Mtu anakufutia matako na miguu yake na matope na anaenda zake. Na hiyo ni pesa yako unalipa, unafanyia kazi, you are struggling, guys. Can we wake up? Are we able to wake up, fellow Kenyans? Fellow countrymen and women, we have judges who are giving orders which are not being obeyed to. And the people like other guys who are giving 20 million in the churches, now they are here trying to tell us how the country is being run. The likes of Kibani Chungwa, what are they talking to us about? What are they talking to us about? Guys, can we wake up and say, no, this is our country. This is our country, fellow men and women of Kenya. Can we stand up for our country? Can we get the spirit of Mekatiliwa Menza? That time when they failed that, for sure, our men were fearing the Muzungu, and they said, wanaume kama mumeshindwa, tupatieni vinyasa tupae, tufunge maando tuondoke. If our parents are tired and they are fearing, can we take it up? Can we take the bullet and move out and fight for our peace? And fight for our country and get what we deserve, guys? Can we? I believe we can. We need to sensitize others and go out there and protect ourselves. We are not going to suffer forever. We would rather die fighting than actually die on our knees begging for somebody who is actually taking our money and even selling our country. Fellow countrymen and women, let's pray that God give us the strength and the power and the understanding and the wisdom that we need to approach this and approach it with no fear or contradiction. Can we move forward, guys? Can we do what we can do? Please, 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 I beg you, guys. And it's my prayer that if you are hearing this voice today, stand up for your country, because whatever is happening in our country is no longer business as usual. And these guys have shown that they do not have any good will to do anything good for us so that we get anything better. Actually, they are making things worse for us so that we remain on our knees, so that when they come in 2027, giving their adults, we run for their adults. Can we say no to that nonsense, guys? Can we change it before 2027 comes? I know we are able and we can make it. I stand firm to tell you guys, we are able, we can make it. Let's proceed and show it from tomorrow. No nonsense, no entertainment of anybody. Whoever stands your way, kick them out and move forward. Hata askari wakienda kwa vita, ukizuazua uko mbele yake, huwa anakupiga risasi umuondokee apigane vita. That is the spirit we need to have now. We need to have the spirit of, kama uko mbele yangu na unazuazua na kubwaga chini na songa mbele, nipigane vita mpaka nifike mwisho. We cannot live this in this way in our own mother country. Ladies and gentlemen, no. Let's come out and fight for our country and show people what it means by protecting your country. Let's go they will be experiencing how we feel, so that when we are growing together again, we have respect for everybody. We need respect for everybody in this country. Mambo ya kuwa arrested for no good reason, guys. We cannot tolerate this anymore. Let's stand firm so that we tell them we are tired and enough is enough. There is no peace without justice, and the respect is two-way traffic. If you don't respect me, don't expect me to respect you. If you don't obey the Constitution, don't compel me to obey the Constitution that you cannot obey. If the Constitution was meant for the poor, then the poor, we are the majority. We don't need the Constitution. We can govern ourselves, guys. And we can even go to the prisons and set even the prisoners free so that we fight for our country. Why are we being intimidated, guys? For how long? For how long, guys? Enough is enough, fellow Kenyans. Let's stand. I don't care whoever is listening. Whoever comes to wants to arrest me, come and arrest me. I'm ready. I'm ready, and I will speak like that. Even when I am behind the bars, I will speak the same. Come and arrest me. Don't waste your time. Enough is enough. Why should I keep suffering while you are taking my money and I still continue begging? For what? I'm working so hard. I've worked so hard for everybody's sake. And now you are taking my money and you want me to continue begging you? Honestly, no. Guys, it's a time has come. We need to say no and move forward with no fear or contradiction. You should fear nobody. Don't fear to be arrested, guys. The people who are in the prison, in the prisons, remember others are there where they are innocent. And I remember, if you normally follow news, a gentleman was jailed for life, and he was just released the other day, being told that he was innocent, and he had been accused of actually committing murder for a whole family. Yet eventually, after almost over 50 years in prison, is being told that, you know what, even the blood which was in your clothes didn't match the blood of the people whom you are actually you were convicted that you killed. Guys, a time has come. You only die once, and the worst that Ruto can do to us with his government is only killing us, nothing else. We die once, we will not die twice. Let's move out and fight for our country, fellow countrymen and women. Thank you so much, and may God bless you. If you have heard my voice, kindly talk. We are 2,000. Talk to only other 2 people or 3 people. That will make more than 7,000 people outside in the streets tomorrow, and things will change. We are going to change this country. We are going to be respected. Anyone who steps on your presence, ukipata opportunity, bring down whatever is in your presence, especially the government structures. Any government structure before you, it being a police office, it being an institution in the government, let it go down, because the officers are out to kill us. Why are they killing us for nothing? Why are they arresting us when we cool down? They think we are stupid. We are not, guys. We are not. And we are not going to be enticed by being told Gachagua is being impeached. That does not count to us. That does not count to us, because these are people who are protecting their properties. We don't care who they are. They are all political class. Let them pave way for us. We grow now. A time has come. Let them pave way for us. And I'm saying that with no fear or contradiction. Guys, let's move out. And I've said again and again, come 2027, I will be vying for gubernatorial in Mombasa. I will not fear. Guys, let's stand firm and have our own people in the place, so that people whom we can ask and compel and support. Guys, that's the way to go. We cannot keep on waiting and seeing people actually misuse us in this country. It's our country. Let's stand firm. Let's separate ourselves and support our own people in power, so that they are sent. We are people who can listen to us, who can understand what we are saying. Thank you very much, guys. May God bless us, and may God give us the strength tomorrow morning. We get out there. Thank you so much.
Afro Kidogo. Thank you so much, Josephine. You've really empowered us with a very strong strong message. You only live once. I also believe on the same. We only live once. So let's take the risk. Hey guys, you said that we're not going to give anyone fare, but remember KOT cannot manage to pay for the placards, for the printing, for the whatever, all those things. We need to support him, and pia watu watahitaji maji wenye watakuwa streets. Let's be honest for once. So if you have anything to support, 0710 4525543, that's the number. Tuma kwa KOT, ata organize venye zitafikia wanadamu wengine. Afro, back to you. How amekaa hapa sana? Afro, back to you.
Thank you. I agree with Josephine. Ingiapo, Mombasa County, we have to support you. Eject Uyo Sharif Nasir, who gave orders to to sodomize a Gen Z. Na hiyo hatuwezi sahau. We'll be here to remind you in 2027 that we need to stop picking these leaders who are evil, who have their self-interest at heart, they're not even patriots. For me, the current crop of politicians, what a committee. What your legislature, what doing the committee. Executive Ruto, these guys are selling the country. And I couldn't put it more better than the way Josephine has said, tomorrow is D-Day. Kesho, no business will transact in CBD. That has to be understood. And by midnight, it is the objective of this space that every Kenyan who is active on social media, whether it's TikTok or X, understands the assignment tomorrow. Understand tomorrow. Because I'm telling you, do not wait to call, to dial 999, to dial for help, to call the police, to call activists to your aid when it is you being sodomized, when it is you being abducted. This is the time to act when it is done on one person, especially on figures we know. Morara, we all know. If the government has the audacity to do that on Morara, that means they will take you. They'll take Josephine tomorrow. They'll take Fundiwa, Tamos Kesho. They'll take Redemptor tomorrow. And so we have to put the wall. This is a line you cannot cross. And if you cross this line, then Kenya must burn to the ground. The way Josephine is saying, like, hey, tomorrow it has to be hell on earth. You started the fire, then we are here for it. We can march aura for aura. And that's where we are going. Because this government is not following the law. And if the law is not being followed by anyone, what do you mean orders from above? What does orders from above mean? Orders come from the Constitution. We are a people governed by the Constitution. Ruto held the Constitution and swore to uphold the Constitution. So if he decides to be an enemy of the Constitution, it is upon us to enforce that Constitution. So tomorrow we are enforced, like we didn't. Hao ndo wametuchokoza. We were chilled, tulikuwa tumenyamaza, lakini kesho lazima tutokee. Wase Debra, give us your thoughts. Microphone is yours. Karibu kwenye mic, comrade.
Thank you. Thank you, Afrocentric, and thank you, KOT. Yes, we are really tumekasirika sana. And this thing of us occupying DCI, I don't think itakuwa na effect. We need to shut down CBD. Watu watokea Kitengela, wafunge hiyo njia. Nothing happening. Fungeni airport. We want to get this thing iende international media. Au makubwa wakimiss maflight zao, wataanza kuongea. CNN will pick it up. So we need to shut down CBD completely. Watu wa Kitengela shut down. Hakuna kwenda airport. Uhuru Highway ikuwe shut down. Thika ikuwe shut down. Mkienda DCI, mmekaa DCI, hakutakuwa na effect. Yes, watu wengine waende DCI ndio, lakini shut down CBD ndio effect ionekane. Kama JKIA, wacha watu wa miss mandege. Wacha hao wakubwa wa miss mandege huko. You shut down kabisa. Alafu when we lose our fear, they lose their power. I saw what happened na Boniface Mwangi. Women walimsurround, wakakataa asishikwe. Tomorrow Do not allow somebody ashikwe na unaona. Msikubali na hao Subaru boys na manini mamask wanakuja kushika mtu. Don't be a bystander. Ukikuwa mtu anaenda kushikwa, surround that person. Msikubali. When we lose our fear, they lose their power. So tomorrow, let's lose our fear and they will not have their power. So do not let anyone be abducted kama uko hapo. Watch out for each other. Alafu, self-defense is allowed in UN Charter. Learn how to self-defense. Wanakuja na kutupia, when they come to your houses kuwashoot na kuwapiga, learn how to make Molotov bombs. Please Google. How do you make Molotov bombs? If somebody comes to your house kukupiga, in the UN Charter, it is allowed. Self-defense is allowed. So Wakenya, ebu mjikakamue, go to YouTube, learn how to make Molotov bombs and self-defend yourselves. Pale kumefika ni kubaya. Stand up for yourself. Shut down JKIA, shut down CBD. Do not let anybody be abducted kama unaona. We have the numbers. Kwani hawa polisi wako wangapi? Hawa MPs wako wangapi? If we all say, we will come and hunt you down. Kama wewe ni member of parliament, you're passing these draconian bills. Tutakuja kwa nyumba yako. We know where your kids go to school. You are terrorizing us, we will terrorize you too. So it's time for us to, as Kenyans, tuamke. And yes, hiyo namba ya Marvin, Maboga, hiyo namba ya placards, yes, we are sending money. Because things cannot happen without money. Placards we need. Wala kwa front line wataka maji. Yes, if you can send something, me after hanging up, I'm sending. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Deborah. Guys, retweet the space. That's how we get everyone to understand what we're supposed to do tomorrow. I'll give the microphone to Fundi. Fundi, karibu. Are you there? Fundi wa Tamos.
Yes, mambo.
Salama. Kesho streets. Wewe uko wapi?
Mi niko Kisii kawaida, and the happenings lately kama za leo, I think is about time. Na maybe we've got the last chance. Ni kama government inatucheza tu akili, and like, what can these guys do? Maybe it's a diversionary tactic, but hata kama ni hivyo, pia wanapima wana if we can react. Kesho ni impeachment, then wameshika Morara late, hawamwachili. They said huyu jamaa ndio alikuwa na fund maandamano. So I'm like, are they testing waters if we can do it again? Because 25th niko sure every Kenyan on the street alikuwa amejitolea, because we had people supplying free water. Niliona kwa street watu wakipeana miwa. So when even change comes, how I wish kesho watu wangetokea tu kama watu wamechizi and then never go back. If you can feed one, please do. There is a way we can sustain maandamano even for a week. You don't even need to cook. Kama uwezi tokea, pikia mtu. People are around you, wapikie, peana maji. We have food yenye yaribikangi rahisi. Vitu kama biscuits, hizo nini. Leo the news of the day, the internet was so boring. Walikata stima, kurudi jioni unaingia tu unapata kuna mtu amekuwa sodomized. Na mwenye amefanya is so free, smiling. And you wonder like, kwani tuko Kenya gani hii? What's happening with this country? I think it's time to tell Ruto enough is enough. And this might be the right time. Now let's not fight each other. kabisa. Kuna hizi vita nimeangalia kidogo, but nimesema like why we are fighting this war, pia nyinyi mnataka kupigana hapa katikati kwa nini? So if there is if some guys wants to fight, let them fight. Maybe they have their own mission kwa hii movement, I mean in this war. I wish we could just wake up one day. I was in the street on the 25th PC
We are
tukaona
awake. What do you mean we wish
online.
we'll wake up? We're waking up. We have already woken up. Kesho tuko maandamano.
No,
Hujamka? Fundi
no,
wa
and then that's what, if that happens, then I think it's the
not
right
if
time,
it is
and we
happening.
have to send the message.
Speak
You know,
speak speak in the active. Speak actively.
Afro we are in Kenya.
Yes.
Na kitu nimesema the rage yenye kukua watu wengine, the spirit ingie kila mtu. People tend to forget like you can die any day, anytime, but better die for a cause. Ruto is using some means just to scare us. Like mbona mtu akuje akushika Afro. The sad thing ni kuona watu wamerekod ukishikwa and they did nothing. How I wish kesho vile Debra umesema, by the I followed you for that. Like kama nimekuja kushikwa, they won't be more than us. Surround those people. Hamtoki hapa. Surround them. They can, mtu hawezi kuja amevaa mask anataka kushika mtu mkono and then akwambie mimi ni karau ama kuna pingu. Kwa mat, I was like, kwani Kenya unaweza uliwa tu watu wakiona and they will be recording. People want to break news. Mimi niliona fundi akishikwa, nilimwona akipigwa risasi. What did you do? Just record. Kesho kama unatokea, tokea because you want to, because you feel that's the right thing to do. Let's handle mtu mwenye amekuja vibaya like an enemy. Everybody tomorrow is either you with us or you against us. Venye mahakama ilisema kama ni karau lazima ajulikane huyu ni polisi. The uniform, kila kitu inamu-identify. Lakini hii kitu tumefikia like 4 armed people wamevaa mask, wanaweza toka tu kwa Subaru juu tumeogopa hizo vitu masubaru. Kila mtu anaogopa hizi ni Subaru boys. Hawa ni wanoma. They are not, they are feeding on our fear. So kitu nasema, please, let's do it. If that's what they're doing, they want us to concentrate somewhere else, wakifanya vitu wanataka. They doing something. Kuna kitu wanafanya na hawataki tujue. We focus huku. Kesho, let's demand for everything.
Kesho ni
Release Morara.
kesho ni impeachment.
Stop Adani. Stop every shit. Anyway, wengine waongea, but I'm so bitter. And kitu nataka kumalizia please, nimeona watu wanapigana like nani amefungua space, Osama. Why do we care so much? Afro me kesho nikiona umetubetray, long as you've given us information inaweza saidia, that's the best thing we can do. Maybe wengine tuwezi ingia hii space wote tuongea. Those who can manage, if you can manage even a space yenye uko sure it makes sense about tomorrow, just join, give your opinion. Kama wewe ni mwoga, don't tell people what was okay. just wish people luck, waambie kesho tuko. Sometimes Afro naambia watu ndakuwa mahali na uko sure circumstances cannot allow you, but you encourage somebody somewhere, kama jamaa anatokea pia natokea, so negative vibes pia zikato kabisa. Thanks.
Fundi wa Thamos, don't be worried too much. Kenyans are very intelligent. Mi kuna kitu nimeheshimiwa Kenya, wanaweza jua kitu. So whoever is hosting, whether it's Osama who is here, we have all seen Toria being here, injecting when all our spirits are down. We've all seen KOT on the streets, even going when no one is on the streets. Like, we see these things, we know who is genuine, who is not genuine. We know who is fighting for the government, who is not fighting for the government. So have faith in your fellow comrade, have faith in us. Tomorrow, let's bet on each other to take care. Fundi wa Thamos, we have one assignment tomorrow. Please understand that assignment. And that's why we're asking everyone in this space, retweet so that every Kenyan by midnight understands. Tomorrow, CBD comes to a standstill. Tomorrow, it's total shutdown Kenya. The government needs to know that, hey, you cannot operate outside the constitution. You cannot break law at will. You cannot abduct one of us, put us in a vehicle and drive into the night. We don't know if you're heading to a quarry, a dump site, or a river. That has become the conclusion of any youth who speaks their mind. That could be Deborah today, Daktari, or Mkenya, or Fundi, or KOT tomorrow. And that's why tomorrow is urgent. Anyway, how are you there?
Yeah,
How
what
can
up?
you hear me? Mike is
Can you hear
yours.
me?
Karibu. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, first of all, thanks for the mic. Thanks everyone who's here. Thanks for all the Kenyans. Thanks Toria, thanks KOT, thanks Afro. And thank you sparing your time. You'd be asleep. But the question is, are you aware if you'd wake up tomorrow? You know. I had promised myself never to speak on these spaces again last week, but I realized one thing. Being silent only means one thing. I'm concurring and complacent with what is happening in the country. And it's not ending anytime soon. Why? Because it's basically trying to find every other reason to put a blame on someone. That is what every other loser does. You always want to point fingers and say they are the ones who are making things not work. Last week it was the Minister of Insecurity, then again the Vice President, then again we're talking about impeachment. And then he goes on media and so on international media and says we are culprits. And then, as if it wasn't over, we now get to see one of us taken away. Like it's just not going to stop. So, I think the one thing we have to process and actually put our mind frame in is this thing is not ending anytime soon. We just need to be ready. And as much as I may not want to be one of those people who would really look at the other side of it, I think you can slap me twice and I not react. Even if I don't react, my emotions will. And that is where we are. Look at Mefka Mahali, everyone was so chill. Like, look at Meamua. Okay. Even the Okuko, how do we go about A, B, C, and D? But everything seems to be, you cannot pour honey on a bear and expect it not to, like come after you. Lazima itakukujia. So, someone is turning on their mic. It's a little distracting. The thing I would want to say is this. Um, over and over and over again. Nikawa walijua hawa si hakuna job wao hufanya. So, wacha tuwapatie base ya kukuwa napiga story wapi kwa space. Now, unfortunately, that is what we have. But fortunate enough, that is the only place we can actually get to put our minds and brains together for us to think of what to do. Now, We've tried talking about going on the streets. They kill, and they don't kill because it's in bahati mbaya. They do it out of will. It's very well intended and choreographed. Why? Because they actually want you to see, for them to realize they have the authority and to make you get afraid. Me, the one thing nitaomba tu ni please usikuje kwa hii space kubonga kama uendi kutembea, kama uendi kwa streets. And it's one reason I did not want to speak, because I'm not on the ground. But I think it's good if I share, because I'm Kenyan because of you. The only reason I can be on this space and not any other spaces online is because the brotherhood I share with you is because of my nationality. It's not ethnicity, it's not tribe, it's not class, it's not whatever. So I'm only speaking to you as my Kenyan brother, Kenyan sister. Let us just do this thing once and for all. Somebody said you only live once. I tend to disagree. You only die once. But these guys are killing us every other day. You know, afadhali somebody who kills you once and you know you're done. You know, sorry to say, but those who have died are resting in peace. But you cannot be waking up every other day, someone just pokes you, and then are you feeling pain? They poke you again the next day. How do you feel? Then, as if you're getting to heal again, something else comes up. I don't see the reason why Morara has to be victimized. I don't understand why um, um, it has to get to this level. Um, there's one thing we lack, all of us, and that is discipline. We say we will do something, we don't do. We say we will not do something, we still end up doing. Now, mali tumefika, with the emotions I get to read on the space, the one thing, if you look at my banner, I just wrote the word embargo. It's just boycott. You know, the one thing that this government has over all of us is they have the ammunition and they have the money. But the one thing we have is we have power. How do we have the power? If we don't remit our taxes, they will not get the money. If they don't get the money, they will not be able to have this power they seemingly think they have. And Fundi Watamos just read something I was thinking about, and that made me actually want to talk. On the 25th, while people were saying reject finance bill, these goons were in parliament trying to pass the same bill we were saying we don't want. Tarehe nane, when we said we're going on the streets, they were, I think that is when Raila was being given the whatever for whatever African Union or something, parliamentarians, whatever, I can't remember. Now, this time Morara is arrested. Guess what is happening tomorrow? Is when they say we are launching this shisha, shoe, whatever, you know. And it's just that whatever tactic, because we are focusing on free Morara when they're actually doing things against what we expect. My petition is this, especially to what there's a lady who spoke about this. We have the middle class. Hawa si mko na maduka tao. Kataa kulipa landlord wako nyumba. Kataa kulipa. You know, the problem is when I say that, then one person pays and then, 10 people pay, one refuses, then we are not working together. This unity doesn't mean coming on space and being on one, whatever. It basically means we all do one thing. Let's go on the streets together. Let's say we are leaving Safaricom together. Let's say we are going to do ABC and D together. Let's say you're going to the DCI offices together as one. But the problem, a faction decides to go and another doesn't, then now we have that division, they win. And that is the only card they have over us in every other way. Tukinyima awa say chapa, watafika mahali wa realize, oh, by the power is in the people. Lakini sawa unasema unaenda kwa streets ka Gen Z, alafu millennial na Gen X wanaenda wanafungua biashara, they still remit their taxes and government still collects revenue and all that. What do you expect to happen? They'll just say those guys are idlers. In fact, hata tusiwapatie kazi tena, wacha wakae tu hivyo, because after all hawatusaidii. Kuna hii class ya wacha waende wasome huko wafanye kazi huko hivyo ng'ambo because of reason A, B, C and D, you know. So I'm calling out to the middle class of this motherland of ours. I think it's time you just decide and say, yes, I know I really have duties and bills to pay and kids and all that, but at one point you have to just think about 3, 4, 5 generations time from now, because what you're doing now is going to be felt not by you, not by your kids, maybe by your kids. So wacha kuona hiyo tamaa ya what is happening in our government right now, because the stealing they're doing now will be merited by or paid for by their children's children. I don't want to go so much into details. I believe you're all singing the same song. Mepewa number, we'll do whatever we can. Those who can't, please Mazeani, the only way I can go on the streets and have that insurance of I know I'm safe is if you are there. But if you go alone and I don't, I'm setting you up. If I go alone and you're not there and I'm telling you to go, then I'm no different from that person who pokes your eye and then asks you who did it. You know, let's keep embracing each other in every other whatever we have. And your brother's keeper. You know, tusidanganyane kwa space ati tunaongea mob and then KOT is out there peke yake anasema tumeni kwa hii number. Nobody wills to do it. You know, you don't have to like be there on the streets. There's so many ways you can play part and, you know, be a contributor of this movement. You know, but this thing is far from over. Don't fool yourself. Kebaso will be the last time. And think about it. We are doing this. This is just like year number one. We still have next year and next year but one. So kama ulikuwa nafikiria maybe umechangia KOT ya kutosha, my friend, we still have another like 1,000 days ahead of us. And there are people who want to vie for this seat. We decided and said we are going to actually fund and finance our own members of parliament. They're not going to come to us in their big cars and dish for us money. Now we are the ones who are deciding. Afro is going to be governor for Nairobi. We are going to fund everything to make him. So kama unafilita au yako inakuuma sana, Maze, you gotta think twice because you still have another like 1,000 days awaiting ahead of us. Plus that money that will be dished in by now to buy the voter. So we really can't sleep. I don't think we have that leisure of sleeping and saying Kenya is in a safe hand right now. Thanks.
Thank you, Hal, for having the moral courage to admit to us why you have not been able to speak on spaces. Tomorrow, guys, if you are not able, there are only two categories of Kenyans who cannot show up to the streets tomorrow. Number one, you have committed geographical suicide. That means you're a diaspora Kenyan. You're in Qatar, you cannot show up to DCI offices tomorrow, but the modus operandi tomorrow, please send money, send resources to help print cards, to help. If you can do whatever you can, please reach out to Torium, Kenya Daima, 6,000, KOT, these faces you've been seeing since June 25th, who have been here consistent. You know them, guys. We are not strangers to you. Send bus fare, like do something. Although tomorrow we don't want bus fare, we want people to come under their own volition. So if you're in the diaspora, please, thank you for finding the moral courage. Because I'm telling you, the people have been using biblical stories to make us understand what's happening in the country. Moses, the liberator of the Israelis, refused. As a kid, aliwekwa state house ya Pharaoh. He was being groomed to be the next Pharaoh. But once he recognized who he was, Biblia inasema he refused to be identified as an Egyptian. He decided to be a Kenyan. And any diasporan on this space, now I respect. Akina how
Wacha nikuongeze ingine moja ya Bible.
ongeza.
When Saul was king and then David went to fight and David killed in thousands, and then the ladies came saying David has killed in, is it in 10,000s? Saul became jealous and he now sought to kill David. Does that relate to what Morara is doing and what the government is doing right now? Go check Samuel, 2 Samuel, I think chapter 8.
Exactly. So Kenyans in the diaspora, those who are in Australia, Europe, London, Germany, Asia, the fact that you're choosing to be Kenyan, to put your neck out and understand what is happening to your brothers, being abducted, being sodomized, being imprisoned, being found in rivers, being found in dump sites, being found in forests, being found in gunias. The fact that you're, because mnacheza game ingine, by the way, Wakenya ambao wako UAE, wako Middle East, wanacheza game ingine. They can choose not to look again and be okay, wajenge ushago kwa mambuzi zao, warudi kama kila kitu iko safi. But the fact that you're in this space, mad respect. and then choosing also to lend your voices, to the injustices. When people are being abducted, when 6,000 being abducted, when adding fuel for civic education, everyone playing their part. That's what makes this movement powerful, when everyone is doing their part. Kenya Daima pushing IBC, we have a representative there. Toria on spaces, speaking, injecting, making sure that we have a platform where we can all converge our voices. Everyone on the street, Mujue, you are so integral. If you don't show up, we cannot succeed. That's why tomorrow is very important. Kila mtu, we flood the streets. Discipline to show up. Tukiagree hapa kesho tunaonye. If you don't show up, alafu Zabronian a show up, we are endangering him because we can't save him. Akishikwa, we can't jump asema usimshike. Power, safety in numbers. Kesho ni safety in numbers. Number one, kesho ni safety. Numbers, show up on the street. African Crown, Mike ni yako, karibu kwenye space.
Just a minute, Afro. Guys, go to the KOT's timeline and repost the placards which have been posted there, or you can post directly on your timeline. Please, let's do that. We start accumulating numbers here on the spaces before we go on the ground. So kindly, guys, please. Shukran. And remember kutuma kwa support ya printing and hizo placards zitengenezwe. These people are not using like vitu zenye wamejitengenezea. They buy them. We need water in the streets. We need jugu to keep us energized. We need sweet. So guys, KOT's number is 071 0452543 0710 452543. So kindly tuma kenye uko nayo hapo. It will be highly appreciated, by the way. Thank you.
African Crown, can you hear me? African Crown.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh my God. I just want to say that Morara is a prince. He's a prince and we're watching him around the world. We love Morara. We love his family, beautiful family. He's our prince. And I just want to remind Kenyans, mimi ni Mkenya, lakini siko nyumbani sahi. I want to remind Kenyans of the history of Africa. They were sodomizing our grandfathers when they were fighting for independence. That's when they were sodomizing our grandfathers. They can't do it anymore. We refuse to be sodomized. We're a free people. We already got independence. What is this? This is rubbish. Initakataka. No more will we be sodomized. Where is Morara? Where's our prince? Where's our shining prince? And don't say, oh no, we'll get a new prince tomorrow. No. Princes don't show up every day, my people. Malcolm X aliuliwa. Black America, they're still looking for a prince. They're still looking for a prince. So don't let our prince go. Black America, Saeed, they're still as poor as they ever were, apart from Oprah and a few others. Because their leaders are gone. Don't let them destroy our prince. He's our prince. A prince of justice, a prince of righteousness. He believes in honesty and truth and honor. Where is Morara? Tell us where Morara is. We need our prince. So that's all I have to say. Let our prince go. Free our prince. He's ours. He belongs to Kenya. And we are watching him from all over the world. We are watching him from Europe, from America, from Australia. We are watching Morara and we love him. Free our prince. Thank you.
Thank you so much, African Crown. That's why we are here. Once again, thanks to every Kenyan in the diaspora who are joining, appending their voice to this conversation. Thank you to everyone in Kenya who is going to show up tomorrow on the streets. The power is in the synergy when we all come together to do one specific objective. That's when we become powerful. and they have tried to defranchise the movement. We have tried to have okay, it is now JKIA workers who are demonstrating on. It's now the teachers. It's now matatus. It's now medics. That is how government controls us. But kesho ni kila mtu. Please let it not just be as engineer trying to understand, hey, the government is going to bring in cheap workers from Asia to take my job. No. We need to understand that tomorrow we are meeting for economic justice. And this political class must understand that they have crossed a red line. I'll give the microphone to Mkenya KE. Mkenya KE with a flag. Mike ni yako.
Okay, hello, hebu mnanisikia?
Tunakusikia vizuri.
Mnanisikia? Okay, kuna hii account
Endelea.
nimepata hapa. Kuna account
Tengeneza mic, hatukupati vizuri. Endelea. Hebu ongea.
wanasema kuna hii account nimepatiwa hapa.
Dakika 2, endelea.
Okay, kuna account nimepatiwa hapa inaitwa Macharia 32. Macharia 32592 ni ya DCI na kwa hii space. Macharia 32592.
Oh, you're saying we have a DCI agent on this space?
Macharia 32592.
Unaweza ka tweet yake kwa Jamboton ni muondoe haraka upesi,
Sasa ni
kwa sababu kumtafuta kwa hii muhadhara itakuwa tafash. Yeah, please. But spies and government agents, shame on you. You're not even Kenyans. By the mwende mkwe Al-Shabaab or other enemies of Kenyans. Yani we are fighting for you. Kwani ni Kenya gani mnaishi? Kwani mkimport gari itakuja na different mtapatiwa different rates? Wadoi wako ukiwa wagonjwa mtapeleka hospitali ingine different? Ukiwa na shida za cancer mtapelekwa India? Manze, there's nothing as tough as liberating an ignorant fool. Nao ni makara wa Kenya. Nataka kwa hii space nimekuambia wewe ni mjinga manze. Put your gun down and join us on the streets. Kama June 25th we had, I think you saw that video. We had someone who was not on duty aliingia streets na kashikwa akiwa na hiyo card yake, akaonyesha akasema, akamwambia, hey, why you fighting for this cause? Educate yourself. And when we say all of you are C students hatuwatusi, it's because mmebebewa akili nyinyi makarao, na kesho mnatupia tia gasaje. Anyway, have you landed? Mkenya KE, not Mkenya Daima. Mkenya KE. Haya, segue. Mkenya Daima, mic ni yako, karibu kwenye space.
Yes, thank you, Afro. Just a few seconds, then na jump into. Wacha ni space yangu ni peane kidogo, then I will jump in a few.
Haya, Kenya philosopher.
Good afternoon all. Is it afternoon ama ni wapi? Okay. Wow. So if you look at my profile pic, there is this quote by Pilato. It goes by that the price of apathy towards public affairs is to be ruled by evil men.
Powerful.
Yeah.
Hebu sema tena, watu wako hapo nyuma wajasikia. Repeat.
That the price of apathy towards public affairs is to be ruled by evil men. That is what Plato said about 2,000 years ago. It must have been, is it 2,000 years ago? Some years back before, because I believe he existed those times. But if you look at this phrase, it is still relevant. Na anamaanisha nini kusema apathy? Apathy ni kukataa kuparticipate in any discourse that is meant to address the current issues, or it is in the interest of the public. I agree with the many sentiments that have been made by previous speakers, especially this lady that moved me. I don't know, it's called Josephine Ngang or whoever, or Linda. That why are we in this state? Why is everyone complaining left and right? At first, I used to think that Morara was, if you look at my sentiments that I've made towards Morara, I used to think that Morara was joking, but I started following up whatever Morara has been doing. You know, sometimes you might think that someone is doing something because of PR and so on, but I started following what Morara is doing. But the way Morara is outstanding, that is what I can be able to say. Morara has been doing his thing exceptionally. Morara has been doing it extraordinarily because he started slowly, but he gained momentum. But tomorrow is the day that we must show up for Morara. You can participate in every other way. There are those who can go in person, there are those who can contribute their money, there are those who can be there to offer medical support or whatever that will happen as a result of maybe commotion or chaos that will be there. But the most important thing is that let us not stay away from the affairs of our country. Apathy is a very wrong thing. The reason as to why we are in this state is that for long the youth have stayed out of touch or out of public affairs, like contributing in such discourses like this. But I want to laud our Kenyan youth. They have said that enough is enough. Enough is enough. The reason as to why we are being ruled by evil people. Look at whatever has happened in Mombasa. Justice for Bruce. It's a very wrong thing. Even me, I was saying this. I will have never recovered as a man if they did that such a thing to me. Who can tell me who here on this space can recover from that? In as much as you'll try and say that you can heal from that kind of action or those kind of acts. Is this country of lawlessness a person who in the stature of govern? Okay, because I'd been following up whatever had happened to Bruce, or because it is alleged that Bruce mentioned I don't know the name of the governor's mother or whatever, but even if someone has mentioned you or he has contradicted your policies, county government, the least that you could do is to sodomize that person. A person who sodomizes you, what does it mean to you? Or someone who rapes you is someone who is meant to haunt you forever. If we can preside, you know what angered me most is that the governor never, but even the way he wanted to address, or the way he addressed those issues, he didn't even condemn that issue in the first hand. Whatever the governor should have done is he will have started by condemning that act, showing regret that it never happened, but coming on board to come and deny that such a thing didn't happen or you didn't do it. It is to show that you are not remorseful. It is to show that you didn't care about whatever happened. As a person who presides over a county, should have first started by condemning such kind of acts, because how does it even happen? The governor should have said that it is wrong to do this. I've been wondering now, where are we heading as a country?
Kenya, as you learn.
Yeah. Let me. Jaramogi Odinga. What did he say? That it is not yet Uhuru. Jaramogi thought that maybe by gaining independence, Kenyans will be liberated, that we will gain economic freedom, we will gain political freedom, but that didn't happen. So we have been fucked since independence. And if you read this book by Jaramogi, It is not yet Uhuru, you will agree with me that why are we having 2010 constitution and we are having things like this? Things like abductions, things like punishing or arbitrary arrest of government critics, or a governor who doesn't want to condemn such an act, saying that the truth will be known. How can you say that the truth will be known before condemning such kind of acts? Even if the governor didn't do it, he should have just said a noble thing, that it was wrong, whatever those, even if he did it or he didn't do it, he should have criticized it first. But how can we say we are independent when I don't know whether I'm being heard? Yeah. How can we say we are
We
independent?
can hear you, but land.
Yeah. How can we say that we are independent when we do not have economic freedom? When unemployment rates is way above 12%, it's even more than 12%, I think. How can we say that we are independent when we are being arrested arbitrarily? How can we say that we are independent when the youth are being killed, when people are being sodomized left and right? It cannot happen anymore. So tomorrow is the day. Tomorrow is the student. Is the day. Whether they are going to impeach Gachagua, whether they are going to arrest whoever who is, tomorrow is the day. So youth must show up. Those who can support through, let me say, with contributions. Those who can contribute through donations and everything else. Those who can go there, please let us go. Let us have so many Kebaso Moraras. I saw even KOT is also trying. If we can have so many people like Kebaso, these people will not be able to manage us. So I want to urge each and every person to show up for his country, because where we are headed to is that these people don't want this country to exist. They don't want this country to exist. If they are not going to follow the law, why do they want other people to follow the law? How does it happen? It cannot happen this way. If they are not obeying the
Thank you,
court orders.
Kenyan. I'll have to cut you off.
Okay. Thank
We'll
you
have to-
for this time. And please, you people have more and more uh, sessions like this so that you can be able to contribute more. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kenyan. We're trying to have a conversation because tomorrow is D-Day. We're trying to keep it away from being monologue so much. But thank you so much what you just said. If you're on the space, we have a hot mic list. We're trying to get through everyone's voice and to make sure that we're all in we're all in sync in what's happening tomorrow. Someone has suggested, which I do agree with the suggestion, that tomorrow, instead of trickling into the CBD one by one, let's link up at Nyayo Stadium, City Stadium, and Ngara, and then move as a group. It will be really powerful if a group is coming from City Stadium, another group is coming from Nyayo Stadium, walking down Uhuru Highway, another group is coming from Ngara, in our thousands, and then we converge into CBD, then we become unstoppable. So that is a stratagem we need to employ and deploy tomorrow. So guys, tomorrow, get away from your homes, offices. Kesho ni kesho. Atheists, uko hapo?
Yeah, greetings everybody. Greetings.
Why don't you come with your personal account? Mbona unakuja na account ya biashara?
Because I just want to say on behalf of Morara, my name is Harrison Mumia, by the way, the president of the Atheists in Kenya Society. We as a society are very disappointed and saddened by the happenings of today. I have just nimepiga screenshot this number. We are sending our donations. Our members will be on the streets tomorrow. In fact, even before knowing that others are planning to go, prepared our own posters. Because look, Morara has done a good job for this country. Many Kenyans support what Morara is doing. Tomorrow, mine is just to urge all Kenyans of goodwill to come to the streets. We have members on our side, over 7. Some of our members will be on the streets. Our officials will be on the streets. I will be there. And I'm doing this because I was in Singapore. Guys, I was in Singapore just a few days ago. And I want to tell you, ukienda Singapore, rudi Kenya, you will be angry. You will be annoyed because our leaders have let Kenyans down. They are arresting Morara for nothing. Morara did a video. Just today, I woke up, I saw what he did. He has exposed a lot of the corruption that is going on in this country. And we, as a society, and not just as a society, we have seen what people like Honorable Okiya Omtata, people like the lawyers who are at the DCI today, headquarters with Morara. We are coming together and saying that you cannot have arbitrary arrests in 2024, 14 years after the promulgation of the new constitution. So I just want to say, tomorrow we will be on the streets. I'm happy that KOT and others, you have organized, you're trying to strategize. Please, if there are any plans that you have, if you have any plans, post them on your Twitter so that we follow. Kama kuna any strategies where we are converging, because we have a group of members who are going to donate and also who are going to be on the streets. So please keep us posted. We are following you on Twitter. We want to know where to converge. We want to know the time. Make that communication very clear. We have WhatsApp groups. We are posting all that information on our groups. And I want to appreciate everybody who is supporting Morara. Morara has to be released. There's nothing wrong he has done. If anything, he's doing what needs to be done by every Kenyan of conscience. So thank you very much, everybody. Tuko pamoja, kesho tupatane. We are making our contribution as a society. We are also sharing this number with our members. Let us make Kenya a better country. Thank you.
You know you are wrong. Ayo, if an atheist tells you you are wrong. Me atheist akiniambia mi nimekosea, mi najua. Not to get into any theological debate, Mr. Society of Kenya. But you know Ruto amekosea. Yani atheist amekosea, wewe ni mubaya. Yani you are evil. That is how dangerous Kenya kwisha is. Yani atheist ako hapa kutukosoa. Walai see how far we are following. Anyway, thank you, atheists. We accept the contributions, solidarity, everything. Kenya daima.
Yes. Wow. Aha. Afro, Kioti, Toria. Wow, I see we are back here. Hey, jamani.
what's really happening, because and I'm going to say a few things. And one, I must start. I will start by highlighting Bruce, the guy who was sodomized, and I want you guys to understand. Whenever a governor steals from us, it is not just one mother they hurt. They hurt many mothers when they steal from us. It's because they take away those resources and they go and they plunder them. Hizo resources zingetumika na our mothers who are dying in the hospital. That is what likes of Governor Nasir do. And when someone comes out to criticize them and even calls out their mothers, all of a sudden, wamekasirika, but they don't know how much they've hurt our people. I wanted to put a context because I realized that people did not understand the impact when all these governors steal, and even, someone is really hurt because their mothers are suffering because someone decided to steal from the people. So I wanted to put a context so that people can understand that if you're disagreeing with someone, then go by the rule of law, not stripping them their dignity. There is a woman who was here, and when she spoke, I found myself, I couldn't just even contain it when she was crying. Then I was like, kwani points zangu za kuwa mwanaume nilipeleka wapi? Because I found myself shedding tears and resonating with it deeply. They've gotten to a point whereby they are stripping us our dignity. Those are the Kenyan leaders. Governor Nasir represents what we are having. Ruto is not afraid of killing us, and we should not be afraid of taking power from Ruto. We shouldn't be afraid. We are going to come out tomorrow, and when we come out, we don't know what will be the outcome, but one thing has to happen. Ruto can't continue being in power, because when Ruto is in power, the whole country is in rot. And today we did the math and we realized it is only around 2,257 who are stealing from 54 million Kenyan shillings. We are not being impoverished by at many people. Or it's only 2,000 people that are impoverishing us. 0.004% of the population, it is the one that is stealing, that is impoverishing 99.996%. Guys, this country can be better, and the only solution that we have, the solution right now is in our hand. Hatuna solution ingine. The solution is within us. The solution is not with Keoti Songo, Afro. The solution is in us. There is safety in numbers. I think it's Afro who has said that there is safety in numbers. Guys, after 99, most of us were broken, but I realized that this is a marathon. It's a marathon. It's not at a one race. It's a marathon, and the finish line can either be tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. But we are seeing a near finish line, and this year should not end while we have Ruto in power. We must. This is not destroying, because we don't have anything at the moment. That is what I want you guys to understand. We don't have any foundations, and more we are realizing that our country is basically even founded in lies. We must build a society that we want our kids to grow in. It's our kids we are fighting for. Right now, we might not be having them, and for those who have them, we might not be having the kids. But it would be so painful to watch our kids grow in a country like Zim, whereby our kids have to run to other countries. Right now, there are Kenyans who are stuck in Lebanon. I know there are some efforts we are making with some people on ground to make sure that we've gathered those Kenyans who are stuck in Lebanon. You get to see how we can handle the evacuations, because we also having some international friends who are helping, so that we can make sure those Kenyans get back home. We can feel their pain. So we can't let our country go to the dogs because of a few people. And tomorrow, when you are standing out, you're not standing out just for yourself. You're standing out for your generation. And as we come out tomorrow, and this is also I'm emphasizing, if you know any Kenyan who is stuck in Lebanon or their family, kindly let them reach out to me in the DM. And tomorrow, please, let's meet. Thank you. That's all I wanted to say.
Thank you, Kenya. powerful submission. Zabronian. Zab.
Yeah, I can hear you. Good morning. It's actually today.
Oh, ni leo
Well, it's
tunatokea.
bwana, ni leo.
Very good. Continue.
So, it's the day that the Lord has made. Well, the streets have been calling, and I'm actually mad because some of the people who will be tear gassing us.
Have you been tear gassed? Toria, unasikia Zab. Jina ni ngumu. Lord in heaven. The Zabro. He has been Zabront. Anyway, ayo shika mic. Let's wait for the Zabro to come back.
Afro, nanisikia?
Loud and clear. Go ahead.
Wadau and wadauets. It is 1st of October, the year is 2024. At 11 minutes past top of the hour, 12 midnight East African time, and the government that we faithfully pay our taxes to are busy kidnapping us and unfortunately are sodomizing us. How pathetic. What is the difference between Moi's era and the era that we have right now, Ruto's era? The difference is one, the internet. The difference is that now we cannot go in front of Nyayo House. Oh, of course we can go, but we've chosen to decide that we would have chosen to sleep, but we have chosen to unite. How many people are we here? 1,463 people plus. That is what Twitter is telling me. We've decided to converge here and speak about matters that are affecting us directly, whether we like it or not. A few weeks ago, we decided to go on the streets, and our brothers were killed, right? And we saw them. Some were shot in front of us, some we saw on the internet, some we saw their families and we went for those burials, and we're tired of burying people. But still, as if that is not enough, a brother, a friend, a Kenyan citizen, a Kenyan son of the soil decided to, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to keep the government accountable. He decided to rise up for the occasion and decided, I'm going to do this differently, but I will not, status him too, but I'll keep the government accountable. But what happens? They decide to kidnap him. They decide to make him go missing. I mean, it is 2024, according to my calendar. But still, the government of Kenya, instead of doing projects that will, make the country go forward or make, create even employment for its people, it's deciding to kidnap the few people who are standing up for the country. How pathetic. How disgusting can the government that some people voted for, not everyone, I'm not one of them, I didn't vote for that government, decides to, even the people that voted for it, decides to, you know what, you idiots, I'm going to kidnap you because you deserve less. I mean, what kind of country are we in? Oh, someone being killed and we've never gotten justice. Our parents have buried us. Our parents, we're supposed to be burying our parents, but our parents are busy burying us because you know what? This freaking government decided to, you know what? Oh, you have a voice, we'll shoot you down. Let's take a moment and reflect. Where are we headed to as a country? What are we going to tell our children? That you know what, in 2024, some of our brothers were kidnapped. And you know what this government is taking advantage of? Oh, see, we used the bullet, so wakamwa wa relax. Tumewanyamazisha. I think it's time. The street is calling and I'm going. The street is calling and we are going. How many people are going on the streets with me? Because I want to go on those streets. Because this government, it seems they only understand one language, the streets. That is the only language they understand. Oh, because you know what? Tuliwanyamazisha watahold Twitter space. And we know your agents are in this space right now. You are amongst the 1,390 people that are in this space at 15 minutes per stop of the hour, 12 midnight East African time. You've sent your agents, and then msikie au vijana wanasema nini. Kesho mtupatie report. We need a report by 9 a.m. in the morning. Close of business. I mean, open of business, whatever it is. I mean, do we have a country here? Morara has been doing his due diligence, having the balls that most of us don't even have. Wengine wetu ni kuongea tu alafu tuenda kunalala kwa nyumba zetu. But this is a Kenyan with a Kenyan ID, with a Kenyan passport that has decided to come out and to go and speak for its people, keeping the government accountable, not throwing stones, not using whatever. He's just using his phone to capture. You know, you say, you know what, Mr. President, you said you're going to do this, but you haven't done shit here. Oh, you said that you have 12, do you how many stadiums? You haven't built shit. Oh, Mr. President, you know what? You're a fucking liar. And that's why this young man is going to get abducted, or this young man is going to get kidnapped and be sodomized. Sodom in this country, where we don't even give two shits about the LGBTQIA. We don't even want to hear. We are straight as we come. Oh, so this government supports LGBTQIA because they're sodomizing now our brothers? That is the question I'm asking. Oh, so this government, he says one thing and does the other. Oh, so who's next? Who's going to disappear next? Is it Ayo? Is it Afro? Is it KOT? Or is it Toria that is co-hosting the space? Or is it Mkenya Daima who's been trying to do a few projects here and there to support his country? And it's time we rise up to the occasion and tell, you know what, you nigga, you know what, we voted you in. And ni sauti, hata kama uliiba kura ni sawa, lakini unajua ni kuna Wakenya wenzetu ni mandugu zetu, hata kama ni washenzi, walikupigia kura juu waliamini unaweza wafanyia kazi. Lakini instead of kuwafanyia kazi, unatuua, as if that is not enough, unatusodomize, as if that is not enough, unatukidnap, na wazazi wetu hata hajui penye tuko. That is someone's brother. That is our brother. That is that is someone's son. That is someone's son who has good intentions for the country. Because you guys don't have good intentions, we have someone who has good intentions, and now you're kidnapping them because you're using the state or the whatever instruments of power to abuse and not to serve the country. Come on, guys. What are we doing about this? That's my question. That's my question to you. How many people? 1,360 plus lives, Kenyans that hold a Kenyan ID. Nyuma ya ID yenyu imeandikwa Kenya somewhere. Iko na map ya Kenya somewhere. Because that's your damn country. We need to come out and fight for our damn country. We need to come out and fight for our damn brothers and sisters. Enough of this, man. Enough of this shit that is happening to us. Enough of it. I miss the days where Kenya tulikuwa tunaimba national anthem and we really respected it. Siku hizi kitu imebaki kwa national flag, hata hizo colors ni kama zina fade away. Come on, guys, let's stand up for our country. This one man using the instruments of power cannot push us to shit. One man with since 1963 that we gained independence, we've been fighting for the legitimacy of our country with our constitution. Now they want to change the constitution. It's making us go to shits. It doesn't make sense at all. I'm sorry I sound like I'm preaching, but my heart goes for that family that doesn't know where their breadwinner is. It could be me, it could be you. Think about it. Before you come out and tweet nonsense and say, oh, hii gava inafanya kazi, jumelipwa shilingi 2, kesho imetaksiwa imeisha. Wake up, man. Kenya, let's wake the fuck up. Sorry for using that word. Let's wake the fuck up. It's time. and stand for our country, because we need to stand for it. I'm a Kenyan, you're a Kenyan. Regardless of where I'm coming from, I'm a Kenyan at the end of the day. Let's stand for our brothers and sisters. Waguze hizo mirima ni distractions. Hizo vitu zingine ni distractions. Wacha wapigane, but let's stand up for the lives of our brothers and sisters. I can't stand to see us losing more lives. We've lost enough, man. We've lost enough. Enough of it, bro. Enough of it, sis. Let's stand up for our country. Today it could be me, tomorrow it's you, tomorrow it's your brother. When do they want to stop this shit? Thank you for listening to me. That was my time.
Thank you so much, Ayo. And I like the way you're stating the facts. Tomorrow is today is Morara, tomorrow is me, or you never know. And I think we are done as a country. We can't hold it anymore. We can't. Sodomizing, for Christ's sake. That thing is driving me crazy. Oh my God. And someone is walking like free of charge. Hey, while an innocent person who is just calling for accountability is being held captive. And you said we gained independence. We are still in colonial era, colonized by a black man, being used by a white man. Like seriously, this is the high time we need to go and get our independence fully back. Because thank you so much. So Ras G.
Yes, Toria. You can hear me? Hello.
Yeah.
You can hear me. Okay. Thank you so much. First is my appeal to everybody, to all Kenyans that are here. Kwanza, in the event that somebody asks you KOT number, somebody you're not so familiar with, somebody asking you Toria number, Ayo number, kindly don't engage them. At around 9:30 tukielekea saa 4, I had visitors that and that's the time you are injecting up IV. And as we speak, I was not able to spend the night at my place. I had to leave. I think it's a conversation I've engaged KOT and others. So you can see these are people who are out to do anything to silence us. And I'm safe, but that does not prevent us going to the street. We shall go to the streets. It is the streets that will give us justice. William Ruto is trying to introduce something called detention without trial, and he did that. He did that with Bob. Bob disappeared for days, and because some of us kept quiet, he felt that he had done some damage to the movement. Today, which is not tomorrow, provides a very good opportunity for all Kenyans, regardless of their walks in life, regardless of their profession. It is time, and we are saying today we have to send a very clear message to this administration. For some of us, and I would want to appeal, let us make this call to be an international call. Some of us are tagging even the United States. We are tagging even the international organization. We are tagging Kenya Human Rights, all those bodies. And we are simply asking if William Ruto has the blessing of the West in doing what he is doing. This administration is drawing some power. It's like they care nothing. And that's why William Ruto can go to a platform like CNN, lectures us about democracy, and he knows very well he does not believe in democracy. To our interior ministry, we are taxpayers in this country. It is our money that is keeping you
afloat. It is our taxes. Kindike Kidure with the Interior Ministry. Whatever is happening there, only God knows. But these masked men, these individuals that you are sending to wananchi to go and abduct them, to go and kill them, one day, kuna siku itakuja. The anger that is boiling in Kenyans. And we have said, you are few, we are many. We cannot buy guns for you using our taxes, and then you turn the guns on us to kill us. We cannot give you vehicles, then you use the same vehicles to register funny number plates and start tormenting Kenyans. And when questions are asked, you say those were not policemen. One day, all that will be accountable. William Ruto will not protect you forever. Haita will protect forever. A day will come for you to account for everything. And to all, to our brothers, to our brother who met, it's so painful to speak about it, what happened in Coast. And this is what I'm saying. These governors that have the blessing of the head of state, more so the ODM governors, who one time were very vocal to speak on democracy and all these other things, but they knew at the back of their mind they meant nothing. Today you are on the forefront, tormenting Kenyans, simply kwa sababu Kenyans are calling for transparency in your administration. There is a number that we have posted there belonging to the PA of one governor, Abdul Nasir, in Mombasa. And we will not continue, we will not stop until these questions are asked and are answered. Because kitu inafanya hawa watu, ile kiburi wako nayo, we have given them time to steal, to loot. Mtu anaona amejenga, amekaa, analindwa na polisi ambao sisi tunawalipa mshahara. Mtu anakuja anafika mahali anaona no, I'm indispensable. It is time we set this country to a setting, factory setting. It is only factory setting that will liberate this country. Hakuna kitu ingine. These people are few, but their resources, whatever they have looted from us, is making them feel that they cannot. They are untouchable. And to the police, wenye wameamua kutumika, because not all policemen, it is not all policemen. And this is what I'm calling. To the police who have been given instruction that you are defending a regime, hii ni serikali yetu. Wale ambao wanataka kujiita hii ni serikali yetu tutaiprotect. My question is, will you protect it forever? Tomorrow, when the Western powers will be done with William Ruto, we shall live, all Kenyans will live to see William Ruto fall. And accountability will fall on his doorsteps. One day, as you prepare to kill Kenyans, hawa watoto wa watu mnaua deliberately. You're even having a squad that can sodomize even people. Very sad. Those police, just borrow a leaf. Remind yourself every day that they are policemen who killed lawyer Willie Kimani. Today, they are rotting in jail forever. So, kuna siku tu itafika. Continue sending those police to us. Watume, wakuje. We shall not relent. We shall continue calling out. And at this particular moment, we are asking the question, where is the church in all this? Is the church only a platform for politicians to go and make noise? Why is it so simple? Why is it so simple for the church to give the politician a platform to make all these noises? And when somebody like Morara, and when something like that happens in the coast, watakaa wangoje when headlines have been made, ndio wajitokelezee, waanze kukuja kutupigia hapa kelele. We are calling upon the church. The era of using churches as a platform to give these people mics to spew hate, to spew nonsense on us In fact, it is a clarion call that Occupy churches should come back, because hatuwezi kaa tukingoja, tunangoja hawa watu. Why should our sons, why should our brothers, our sisters be abducted in broad daylight na wapotee? Are we not capable of abducting these politicians? Are we not capable? Why should Subarus be flying all over hapa hivi zikituchukua? Kwa nini? Na hizo ni gari zetu, wamenunua taxi zetu. Set those garis on fire. At the end of the day, it is our taxes that wanakula, wanaiba. No, this maandamano has to be different this time round. Rex blood has to count. Hatuwezi kukaa tukubali whatever they did to Bob. Bob has never come back normal. Kukuja kuongea. Nani ameona Bob? Because they know what they do to you once they abduct you. So usiku unachukua kitu kama abduction a very normal thing. And that's why we are pleading. We are saying people should be very vigilant. Anybody who has spent time na ako pale mahali pe Morara hako, kuwa very careful. Kwa sababu these are people who are acting on powers of impunity, they are acting on instructions, and somebody has just delivered a very powerful speech here. I think alikuwa somebody in the diaspora calling Morara our prince. United States has never replaced Malcolm X, because Malcolm X stood out. Malcolm X alijaribu kukuwa compromised. It was impossible. So don't think that the impunity that Ruto is advocating for ni yake peke yake. Hii ni impunity imetoka juu. The other time we had a forum, we had this forum here, we had individuals. Tulikuwa na watu walitoka mpaka Haiti. You remember, if some of you can remember, William Ruto has gone to Haiti, not because he's so much concerned with the peace in Haiti, but it is because of the resources that are in Haiti. But since the United States did not want to go directly, they had to use somebody. And because our president has displayed in public his love for land, his love for money, ni kitu yenye iko obvious. So fellow Kenyans, tusingoje mtu kutoka nje. Let us stop listening to these Western powers. Let us take the decision by ourselves. Tuamue kama tutakomboa nchi ama tutaendelea kuongea. Tuamue kama tutakomboa nchi ama tutaendelea kuongea. Kwa sababu these are deliberate moves, abduction, killing. When they were abducting wakina, it was just intentional. Hata Morara ni intentional to send you, unaelewa? Even we can make that parliament not to sit tomorrow. It is possible. It is still possible for us to enter parliament again. They cannot kill all of us. That should be our clarion call. They cannot finish us. We are 50 plus almost 60 million Kenyans. You cannot tell me one individual who thinks his children are more important than other children of other parents.
Try landing, please.
Yeah. Tori, let me finish, please. Huh? It is so heartening. Mtu kukaa hivi anadhania ati watoto wake tu ndio wako special. These politicians, why should all these politicians be protected by police when they are killing innocent Kenyans hapa chini? So let us do something today, and we do something very different. Don't allow your brother or your sister to be abducted or to be arrested ukiwa hapo. Usikubali. Call out each other. Kujeni kama hata mko watano, katalieni hapo hivyo. And let us not walk watu wawili watatu. Let us walk in groups pamoja. Because the moment tunaanza kutembea wawili watatu, that is where they are drawing their energy. Let us together tutembee pamoja. Those who are going to DCI, let us go as a group. Hii story ya watu wawili ndio wameapia watatu. No. Let us be very organized this time round. Back to you, Tori.
Thank you so much, Russ. Such a powerful information. I hope you are safe wherever you are now. Tunawahitaji sana. Guys, be careful. Trey, your hand has been up. Kindly go. And please, guys, kindly 3 minutes and release Morara Occupy DCI tomorrow. Hashtag free Morara Kebaso. Hashtag justice for Bruce. And guys, just a minute, Trey. So guys, we need play cards and printing and whatever, water. So guys, we have KOT's number. You can send your contributions there, which will be highly appreciated. 0710452543. 071045. Sawa, jaribu kukaribia speaker.
Oh, sasa inasikika? Okay, so huu prezo wetu naona ni kama ametubeba ufala sana juu. Last time tuliprotest, tukanyamaza. And this guy went ahead to do the same thing. Kitu inaniboss sana sahi ni anatuambia afu natupostia. Mse kama mimi anataka nifilaje. Nimekaa like 2 months, 3 months sina job. Alafu anatutafutia job za mjei. So the only solution is tutoe mse hapo juu. Kesho wasi wakitokea mimi nitakuwa hapo. Mimi stambui what will come. Wasi wamededi, wasi wenye walipigania uhuru walipigania uhuru Kenya ikianza walidedi, si ndo hawa. Kani kudedi ya rutu dedi, lakini to make sure tumepigania what is rightfully ours juu. Mse akitoka hapo juu, tuweke mse mwenye tuna believe atatu lead in a good way. That's the only way this country will change. Otherwise tukianza hizi demonstration zetu tunyamazishwa once, atarudi tu hapo a snap tena tuanze kucomplain. So tukipata chance tena kesho or any day, we take this by force. Tukimpea chance kidogo tu ni hivyo, atatukunia tu. Thank you.
All right, thank you for taking the shortest time as possible. So yeah, tutakufa si wote, njia ni moja, and we don't want to live the life of struggle every day in, day out. Bonnie.
Yes.
Bonnie.
Yes. I hope I'm clear. Okay. Guys, fuck Kenyans. Fuck all of us. I'm sorry. I know some of you respect your decorum and whatever, but I'm not for that anymore. Fuck all of us. These people killed more than 50 people. And we went silent and everything is going on as usual. Children died the other day. People are politicking ni kama kuna, like things are normal. But mwangaliange hawa say, when a politician dies anywhere, how they wanakaa ni kama sasa dunia imesimama. Meaning you people are rubbish. You are rats. You can be killed. Anything can be done. You saw what happened in Mombasa. Everybody should be in Mombasa right now. Nothing should be going on. It's because of this nonsense of us being, we are behaving like obscenity is okay. If something doesn't change, these guys, wamefika mwisho. They took that idiot that we've been following so long, fuck me too. They have Raila on their side. What else will they do? That is what they used the other time to stop everything. They took him to save them. Let's see what they'll do this time. These mandamano from tomorrow, let it not stop. Let everything stop. Let us start what had started before. We had said it will be every day. Mpaka huyu jamaa ashuke. Why did we started being stupid, being bought left, right, and center, I don't know what is wrong with us, but we need to really, they are good people. There are people who fight for no reason. Myself, I have a job, but I go to the streets still. Not because I don't know what I'm doing. I have kids. I don't have to announce my age here. I'm not somebody who doesn't have a future, who doesn't know what he wants. So, guys, it's high time I'm actually radicalized. Kushinda hata venye nilikuwa radicalized before. Because of what I saw, when I saw that clip of that guy in Mombasa, alafu huo Abdul whatever was one of the guys amejifanya, he's been so like Yesu mwenyewe. And then that happens. These politicians don't care about nobody. It is high time what started before, what started when people were burning down their homes, it should go further. This time round, it should be like, our people should not have a space. They should leave Kenya. They should not have space to live and breathe within Kenya. And the sympathizers, those PAs, those hao watu wanapewa 200, 300 wakifuatafuata matako yao politicians. They are the people who are ruining this country. Wachana hata wao wakubwa wenyewe. The few people who follow them. The few people who are paid 527. We need to really wake up as youths of this country. Otherwise, this guy is going to turn into the biggest dictator mwenye ashaikuwa hii Kenya. Trust me. We need to say enough is enough and move. Hata kama ni kuchanga, tafuta ways of bombing places, I don't care. It is too much. This is too much now. I will send my money here, as I always do. But again, we need strategies again. Every day, like we used to have spaces here, KOT and the rest, let's have spaces again. Let's start again afresh, daily, until they stop whatever they are doing, until they come down. So after they stop, me, I don't want them up there. Fuck Raila, fuck Ruto, fuck all of them. They should just let Kenyans be. They've done enough. Hakuna chenye naweza zaidi hapo. I'm too angry to even talk.
Yeah, thank you so much, Boni. And I think, like, if you're not angry and you call yourself a Kenyan, then you don't deserve to be a Kenyan. Because we've seen what's really going on. People are really going crazy in their minds because of what's happening. Real Joe, take it then, Fabish.
Hi, Toria. How are you? Audible?
Yeah. You are very much audible.
Okay. Thank you. I think what I have to say right now is we have been presented with a very perfect second chance to be able to hit the head properly. Last time we did not hit the head properly. We've been presented with a second chance to be able to prove that the people are the ones who are instruments of power, as Ayo previously said that the president he does not have any instruments of power. If you're not with the people, you don't have any instruments of power. The constitution only recognizes the people as the only people as the only ones with all the sovereign power. We have lost our national values. We have lost our national values. If I watched the video of the unfortunate incident that happened in Mombasa of the blogger, and it's quite unfortunate because, I mean, we've lost our values, dignity. Where is human dignity in our country right now? It's not there. We've lost that. And here we are. We need to ensure that this time round, these people have no place in our country at all. William Ruto is one person who cannot be allowed to mess up our country. Let's not glorify him to become a very a superhuman being. No, we've seen the worst he can do. We've seen he can kill. We've seen he can abduct. We've seen he wants to extend his term so that he can rule for 7 years. We know what he wants, what he thinks. So let's not glorify him. He's a fool. He's a madman. He's a madman. How can you just abduct people, young people, who are questioning, who are asking for governance, good governance, who are asking where the money is going, who are asking where do we have incomplete projects? Some of them have been fully paid. Some of them have been paid in excess. Then you abduct them. Who does that? We need to stand up this time round and ensure that we hit the problem that we have here right now. We need to ensure that we shut down operations of this country. We ensure nothing moves. Let us start by boycotting this organization, Safaricom. Let's boycott it completely. Unanimously, let's just do that. ASAP. We don't have any business with Safaricom. Let us ensure that we pinch the government, we hit the government where it hurts most. Collection, let's ensure that they are not able to collect revenue. Let's ensure that. Let's boycott their businesses. Let's do that as part of our protest, as part of expressing our anger to them. Let's go back to occupying churches. Let's occupy churches. Let's ensure that tomorrow, even as we go to the street, we also don't allow them to pass the punitive bills that they want to bring in. We don't allow them to impose the shisha, whatever it is, shisha, or I don't know what is it, the shisha thing they're bringing for health. Let's not allow them to do that. We are the people. If you look at this space right now, over 1,000 people, Kenya said that there are about 2,500 and something public servants. Already we are about half of, just in this space, we are about half of them. We are the majority. We are the instruments of power. Let us also call, they are calling our bluff. Let us also call theirs. Let them do their worst. Let them do their worst. They don't deserve to be anywhere close to public service in our country, because they do everything that is against you. How would you take Morara to DCI HQ to go and sleep there? They don't have a cell. They don't have a holding a place. What is he doing there? What is he doing there? It is impunity. That is not what our constitution talks about. And we are going to defend our constitution tomorrow. Article 3 tells us to defend this constitution. We are going to do that. We are going to do that. That is what we have left. That is what we have left. Let us not allow stupidity to prevail in our country. We cannot allow that. It should not work in our country. So Toria, thank you very much for the mic. We don't have time to negotiate right now with anyone. Let us negotiate from the streets. Let's ensure things don't work in this country. Let everything fall apart. Let everything fall apart. We don't care. Let everything fall apart. Boycott those Safaricom numbers. Those are the things they're using to track you people. Boycott mtupe hizo vitu. Ignore those things, bana. You can send money in many other ways. If you want to send money, you can transact in many other ways. Boycott those nonsense we are working with right now. Thank you very much, Toria.
Okay, thank you, Real Joe. Fabish, take it, please.
Vile amesema hapo, things must fall apart so better things can fall together. Very powerful point, Mr. Real Joe. Things must fall, lazima tuanguke nayo, lazima kanuke, so that a better Kenya can come together. Fabish.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Kina KOT, kina Afro, Toria, watu wote wako hapa. Hey, yani I am burning, I'm boiling. Sasa
Ngoja uso anajaribu kutuangusha nini? Anyway, continue Fabish.
I hope yeah. Sasa kwanza nimekuwa hapa nikangojea, tulikuwa wengi, tulikuwa karibu 3k. Nikaona manake sipati nafasi, wacha nikimbie huku na kule nikinject. Kuna fala moja pale anajiita George na dem fulani anaitwa Mariam. In my entire life nataka kuongea hapa kwa hii space, have never see a fool macho kwa macho. Huwa nasikia tu, nafikiria kuna watu ambao they can be called fool lakini they can learn. Can you imagine? Huyo anaitwa George Watson, nimekuwa hapo, but thank God I did a Lord's work. Wale ambao walikuwa pale, so nilipata privilege after provoke a lot of provocation, nimewa provoke mpaka wakafikiri sasa tu watakuja kunipatia chance to nikaslide. Yani nikasema at this age and era there is someone Mkenya atakaa mali hata kama uko wapi Amerika ama wapi, ukiosha wacha tu nisiende hapo, and then unakuja kusanitize regime ati Morara ameshikwa, we don't know what he committed, kesho si atapelekwa kotini. Are you stupid? Are you mad? Are you crazy? You know? So anyway, sitaki hata kusema hivyo, but if anyone when ni follow wake, usiwahi kufollow mtu stupid and follow him up. We don't need negative energy in our country, especially wakati hii tunapigania. Hivyo nataka kuongea na wajinga ili ukaongea naye jingine, si Kenya hii. Nao nataka kuongea tu kidogo kuhusu watu wa Mombasa. Please, if watu wa Mombasa tuko hapa, let us talk. Let us have a man to man talk. Watu wa Mombasa, our ladies wa Mombasa, our guys. Ile vitu ambao governor amefanya, vitu ambao hata hazisemeki. And the idiot anakuja anaita watu wa media, alikuwa nafikiri anataka kuongea kitu ya maana, kusema kwamba kesho ataenda kurecord statement, only for him to come and say mamangu, mamangu, unajua ile ukuta imetenganisha kwangu na room yangu ni mamangu. Can you imagine? Yani mtoto wa mtu amedhulumiwa, alafu wewe unakuja kutuambia kuhusu mamako. Nani anashughulika na mamako? You know? Unakuja unaanza kutuambia, yani hata ile ayota hata sympathy kidogo. Unaanza kusema mamangu, unajua mamangu alinizaa, unajua mamangu alifanya hivi. Kwa nani kuzaliwa na mamake? Nani dunia ana mama? Kwani huyo mwenye ambao ulikuwa unamdhulumu na namna hiyo, unafikiri kwamba alizaliwa kwa mti? Hakuzaliwa na mamake? Can you imagine how in humanity of highest order? So watu wa Mombasa, ningeomba tafadhali, mimi sasa siko karibu na Mombasa hapo, lakini ningeomba kesho jitokezeni. Ile siku parliament walikuwa wanaongea mambo ya LGBTQ, mlijitokeza wengi kuipinga. Sasa governor mwenyewe leo hii anafanyia watu kilazima. Mniambie kama ni haki. Haya. Msipojitokeza watu wa Mombasa, mtakuwa mmedisappoint Kenya mzima. Hii ni kitu ya kesho Tuesday, do the Lord's work. Jitokezeni kwa wingi. The reason why tunalia saizi Morara is because Morara alikuwa anaongelea the same issue ni akakuja kushikwa. Now we want to know, kwani huyu governor anapea pesa ngapi Ruto mpaka anakuja anafanya maovu kama hii na hizi kuguzwa? Anapea pesa ngapi Ruto? Ama ndio anafanya ushoga pamoja? Tell me, mtu anafanya hii tena kwa makamera, alafu bado anatembea, bado kwa ofisi, you know? Na wale vijana wamefanya the audacity itself kwamba hata mnawatuma na vijana wanaongea na wanarekodi wenyewe to tell you kwamba this country iko katika autopilot. There is no any law. The confidence those goons, those rapists walikuwa nayo mpaka wanarekodi na kuongea kutaja hata jina ya governor to show kwamba yani they are above the law. And here we are even still talking of Morara. So mimi nataka kukubaliana na watu wamesema, I like this conversation now. Nimekuwa nikiongea hapa kwa spaces nyingi watu wengine wakakuwa na misinterpret, but not actually misinterpret. Nimekuwa nikisema point blank, there is no peaceful revolution. Maandamano ya maji na bendera, Ruto hawezi kusikia hiyo. Tuambiane ukweli, ikiwa maisha ya watu inapotezwa, kwani tukisema tunaweka building ya serikali chini, utafananisha na maisha hata moja zaidi ya zile maisha ambayo tumepoteza 500? Hata tukasema hiyo parliament yote tunaweka down kwa ashes tujenge tena, utafananisha na ile maisha innocent souls ambayo tumepoteza? So please, tuambiane ukweli, peaceful, hakunaga kitu inaitwa peaceful revolution. What we need is something that is called resistance. When you talk of resistance, you have to understand what is resistance. Resistance is to stand against any form of oppression. And what is oppression? Illegal arrest and abduction. Kwanza, kesho kama tunaenda maandamano, tunajitokeza kwa wingi, tafadhali usiende peke yako na usikubali mtu mmoja achukuliwe aingize kwa gari. We do all our best to protect ourselves. We do all our best to protect ourselves. Hiyo ndio njia ambayo tutakuwa tunaenda nayo. Polisi saa hizi wanaoperate kama criminals, na mkipata hiyo gari ya criminals imekaa vibaya, hiyo si expensive kuliko zile pesa zinaibwa kila wakati. Hata tukaweka hiyo nari tupeleke statement, hakuna hasara zaidi ya uwezi kufananisha na ile maisha ya watu ambao tunapoteza. Tell me Bruce ataishi vipi? Hiyo kidonda iko kwa moyo yake, itawahi kupona lini? No, tell me hiyo kidonda Bruce ako nayo, that trauma Bruce amepata, that inhumanity amefanyiwa, ataishi akiwa binadamu aina gani? The only way Bruce anaweza kupona haraka ni tukimpatia justice that he deserves. That is the only way we can help Bruce to recover. But if we continue keeping silent, understand that we are contributing in the death of Bruce. If majority keep silent, tunamua Bruce. So please, if you want we save Bruce life, ni kumpatia justice. Na njia ya kumpatia justice ni kusukuma huyo presa akwende zake. That is your justice ambayo Bruce anaweza kupata. So unfortunate, mpaka saizi kina Rex spirit zao bado zina hover around, mara hawajapata justice na wale wengine. But Bruce, huyu mwenye bado yuko hai, please tumpatieni justice ndio aweze kupona hayo makovu yake. Nimesema kwamba kwanza toa jina ya Bruce, remove the name of Bruce. Nataka uweke jina ya ndugu yako hapo, replace with the name of your brother, replace with the name of your son, alafu niambie that pain that you have. Nataka tutoe hiyo jina Bruce. Whenever you watch that video, remove the Bruce face, hebu jaribu kuweka your brother, then you tell me how it feels. Man, hakuna, yani, I don't know, even there is no amount of pain that even you can ever imagine. And now, if it can happen to Bruce, do you know kwamba hata hizi vitu zimekuwa zikihappen, but ni venye kuna hizi vitu wamefanya ndio ilikuwa the first one wakifanya. The most painful part unapata kuna jamaa pale mjinga fulani anaitwa Omar Sarai. Omar Sarai ati ni ODA, ni SG wa UDA. Unasema uko kwa serikali and you are on Facebook, on Twitter ranting like us at justice for Bruce. Yani watu wanatuchukulia wajinga kiasi gani? If kweli wewe uko kwa serikali na juzi ulikuwa unakuja ukisema how you are powerful, how umesanya watu 300 watu wa UDA waende wamtoe Rigiji. If you are that powerful, kwa nini ukuje ulie na sisi kwa spaces? Kwa nini ukuje ulie na sisi kwa social media? Ndio sababu watu wa Mombasa nawaambia mjitokeze kwa wingi. Mlidanganya na huyo Omar Sarai kwamba niwapeleka kwa serikali, Joe this, Joe that. Tuacheni hiyo kabila ya rangi watu wa Mombasa. Hakuna Mbarawa, hakuna Mwarabu, hakuna Mgerenge, hakuna Mgiriama. Wote lazima tujue kwamba ni Wakenya. Tuacheni ubaguzi ndogo ndogo ya kusema watu wa Mvita, Warabu, watu wa Changamwe, watu wa Kisauni, tafadhali. Tuacheni ukabila. Tuacheni ukabila ya rangi watu wa Mombasa. Abdul Swamad amefanya uni, na imaanishi kwamba sababu amefanya uni ndio namaanisha kwamba Warabu wa Kisiwani ndio wamefanya uni. He did not commit a crime to represent you. Kwa hivyo wakati watu wanatoka, tafadhali, watu wa Kibokoni, watu wa Majengo, msianze kusema unajua mtoto wetu. Tafadhali. Ningomba watu wa Mombasa mali walipo, kutoka Likoni, Changamwe, Kisauni, Nyali, jitokezeni bila kuzingatia rangi, bila kuzingatia dini, bila kuzingatia kabila. Msianze kusema Mbara, sijui Mbarawa, sijui Msomali, sijui Mwarabu. Tafadhali. Kama mambo imefanyika, tujitokeze, tuungane kama Wakenya, tulikemee. Abdul Swamad, family ya Nasir. Abdul Swamad hajawahi kufanyia kitu watu wa Mvita. Nasir babake aliishi kukulia watu wa Mvita na watu wa Mombasa nzima, watu wa Coast. Wakiba pesa na Moi, tuambiane ukweli. Nasir aliwafanyia nini watu wa Mvita? Mvita constituency ndogo namna hiyo. Ina watu aishindi watu 6,000, lakini ameshindwa kuendeleza. Bado unapata kuna mabarabara haipitiki. Amekuja ameweka rafiki yake Machele, wamefanya nini? Kwa hivyo tafadhali, watu wa Mvita, kujeni, tokezeni na mkemee hilo tukio. Mtu asiwadanganye kwamba ati sijui Abdul Samad anaonewa sababu ya rangi ama sijui nini. So mimi nawaachia hapo. Wakenya tunazidi, tuunganeni na let us fight this regime. Let us fight this tyranny. There is no other language to use. It is resistance. Thank you.
Well, thank you. And to be honest, let me tell you guys, during the demonstrations, I saw this Abdul whatever, akitry kudefend raia kutoka kwa polisi. And that clip ikatrend sana. People saw him to be a good person. Gosh, kumbe ni watu wamevaa ngozi ya kondoo. Oh my God. And let me ask you guys, like, how do you feel going ahead being instructed to sodomize your own brother? Like, can't you fit yourself in the shoes of that nigger? Oh no. Bana, some things. And the worst part is, these people in the government, they are pushing, like, walai brains ni kitu ya maana sana. Mtu kama Oscar Sudi is going ahead kupush ati 7 days to go Gachagua impeachiwe. Yet no one is talking about wangekuwa wanatuambia 10 hours to go tupate Abdallah whatever. 10 hours to go ama 1 hour to go Abdalla hukumiwe, ni Abdul ama ni nini hiyo sasa? But they are pushing irrelevant things zenye hata hazituhusu. Vitu zenye zinatuhusu wana ignore. Can you see we have ladies in this government, but none for Christ's sake has come ahead to condemn Abdul for his actions. Like seriously? God, we are on our own, guys. This fight, we are on our own. And where manze, it's sad. I've not seen the video, but I saw the pictures. I'm really shocked. But ni sawa tu. Afro, can see your back. Afro. Kwani huku kila mtu ameenda? Neki? Afro. KOT. Chexta unanisikia? Yo, ama najiongelesha.
Tunakusikia Toria, tunakusikia.
Chexta, hebu ongea.
You are on, nasikika.
Siwezi sikia Toria. Toria, I cannot hear you.
Yaani Afro nimekuita hiyo yote alafu unasema unisikii. Sawa tu, tuko dunia tofauti, sawa tu. Chexta, hebu ongea. Okay, Fabi shambia Afro ongea basi.
Afro, Toria anakusikia, wewe ndio umsikii.
Wacha ni drop nirudi.
Amedrop Toria, amedrop arudi Afro. I think Chexta ulikuwa umepatiwa mic. Maybe you can go on.
Yangu tu ni mafupi tu, hope mko poa salama, lakini hatuko poa sisi wote sana juu ya vitu zinahappen sahi kwa Kenya. Like tumepoteza utu, politicians wametupima, tumekuwa kama tumefanya like tumefanywa mpaka tumekuwa tumetengana kiukabila, so unapata like huyu ni mtu wetu, ule ni wetu, ule ni wetu, so hiyo kitu ndio inatuharibia sana nchi. Then another thing kenye mimi najua like nchi ni ngumu kutengeneza, lakini ni rahisi kuharibu na dakika tu moja. So awase wametubeba ufala, like wanafanya system ya education inakuwa weak in a way that watu wasisome as in ndio wakuwa waerevu wakuje kuwashinda, unaona. Ndio maana pia watoto wao wanachukuliwa wanapelekwa nchi zingine za huko juu wasome system ya huko juu, wamejua system ya kwao wameweaken, unaona. So I think but this time what Kenya I'm happy about is like Kenyans wako rada, tuko rada vibaya sana, so itakuwa ngumu kwa wasee kuteka advantage zingine, so kila kitu tu inaonekana. So hii digital pia na inasaidia pakubwa sana, like tuna expose hizi mastori mbaya sana. So pia ndio si kila mtu ako na uwezo ya kujua kenye inaendelea kwa internet, but pia still kama uko na mzazi wako kule nyumbani, shosho, babu, jua si ndio wataenda kuvote pia, hao ndio wanadanganyanga, wanaenda wanapanga line. Just imagine kuna mtu alibeba shosho yake kwa mgongo akaenda kumpangisha line ili ya vote. So as in tuko tunachanua watu kama hao juu kuna wase pia hata hawajasoma, like tunawachanua, tunawapeleka na rada, tunaambia hivi ndio venye kunaendelea hivi na hivi. Juu kuna watu unaona kama huko mashinani watu wengi hawajui like hao tu kabla wafikiwe na news ni ngumu sana. So si at least msee ukiwa uko more active kwa internet unapata news zinakuwa, unapata updations faster. So I think we as Kenyans it's high time manze tukuwe na ile umoja yenye si eti umoja tu wakati wa siasa, but umoja kila mahali, like Kuna siku fulani Morara alikuwa amesema ama artist wote wa Kenya wenye wanaimba wimbo at least waimbe kitu iko associated na Kenya ina happen kwa hii nchi, cause ukiangalia most of artists in Kenya wanaimba tu vitu tu za vitu hata haziuko related. So unapata hata politicians wanatubeba tu kaa jokers, wanaona tu hawa achana nao, sisi tuendelee kushiba. Lakini tukiendelea hata wasanii wakiimba mawimbo zinahusiana na Kenya inaendelea na hii nchi, at least itakuwa easier kuspread hizo yani kwa kujulisha wale watu wenye wako wanajua Kenya inaendelea. So mi nimeonelea ni vizuri manzee tukuwe na umoja kuanzia chini mpaka juu. Like mbona nasema hivyo? Hata sisi wenyewe unaona, sisi wenyewe tukistop tuseme no more, no, hakuna corruption, tutaweza. Lakini if you believe me or not, corruption imeanzia hapa chini kwa sisi wananchi wenyewe ndo tumeanzisha corruption. Cause leader akikuja, mtu anataka kuwa leader, ati anakuja anapiga campaign, watu wanaanza kumwambia ati mkono mtupu wa ulambwi. So unapata huyu msee inabidi ameenda kufanya Kenya atafanya apate pesa, na of course akicampaign na excess money, akiwa na budget kubwa kwa campaign, there is no way huyu mtu atakubali kwenda hivyo. Lazima atatafuta mwanya vile ataingia kwa serikali arudishe ile pesa. So tusikuwe tunakubali hizi mapesa tunaletewa hizi. Unapewa 200 unachizi. Kuna vijana huku nje wanapewa hata 500 wanachizi kabisa. Unaona? So ni vizuri sana mazee. Like hata ni vizuri politician anakuwa anachangiwa ndio campaign. Unaona? Anapewa doo na wananchi, weenda ucampaign than yeye kukuja na pesa kupatia watu. Unaona? Hebu tukue tu wa honesty. Personally, hebu imagine ni wewe, for example, ni wewe maybe umetumia like almost 2 billion campaign. Katai, lakini sasa hizi vitu zote tutaziavoid aje? Lazima tukatae, tuseme no, hakuna corruption. Sianze na sisi wenyewe. Jua politicians hizi vitu zi wanafanya kwa ground, wako na watu wao wa ground, wanawaletea tu information, wanawaambia tu wale wazee wakiwekwa pale kando wapewe kitu, wataconvince watu. Unaona? Then kitu ingine mimi hujiuliza, mbona huwezi pata kwa temple ama kwa mosque kukiwa na politician ati anauza sera? Ni kwa church tu ndio utapata hawa watu. Unaona? Cause huko kuna marules zingine huwezi ingia. Kwa mosque kusema kweli huwezi enda kupreach hapo mambo na siasa, huwezi. Ni uswali kama umeenda. But church, hata mtu anasimama hapo na anaanza kutusi mwingine. Manze, we as Kenyans inafaa tuchanuke, na tumeshaanza kuchanuka sababu hata wakati zile mabajeti zote zimekuwa zikisomwa zile miaka zimepita, watu wako wanashughulikanga nazo. Huko tunasikia tu budget imepita, but this time kitu yote inahappen kwa gava, watu washajua, so inakuwa rahisi kujua. Nikisema wananchi wako na umoja, like for example hata hapa town unaweza pata tu mtu ameshikwa tu na watu wanaangalia tu wakirecord. Unaona, hata hajafanya kitu, mtu maybe amepatikana na amebebwa tu. Like hata ama unaweza pata hata mtu anaibiwa simu, alafu watu wanaangalia tu hivi tu tao hapa. Kuna mtu ashaiona mtu akinyang'anywa. Mimi nishaona mtu amenyang'anywa simu hivi, ilibidi mimi nitoe mawe hapo nirushe, lakini huyo jamaa alienda mbio sana. Imagine na watu walikuwa wamejaa hapo na wanaangalia tu hivi tu wamezubaa, wanasema ati wanajuana namna gani? Na mwenye ameibiwa amebaki hapa akilia hadi anapiga magoti chini, anasema simu imeenda. Yani kila mtu ana mind business yake. Hiyo ndio shida ya Kenya. Like tuna ile umoja, like tunajiachilia sana na si vizuri. Inafaa tunakuwa na ile umoja. Unajua umoja ndio nguvu. Na then hata sai for example uko umeandikwa kwa kampuni, alafu nyinyi wote kwa kampuni moja decide kugoma, you know mdozi atasikia. Lakini kukiwa tu na wawili tu wamegoma, wengine 20 hawajagoma mdozi ataona wengi wao hawajagoma, so hii mswada iko tu sawa, hawa watu wako sawa. So tuko tu na umoja ndio itatusaidia. Hata ukiwa huko nje ni mwenzako anafaa kusaidika kwa kitu fulani, msaidie. Like tusiko tu na umoja tu kwa upande wa yani like sijui naweza semaje, but sisi wote tunafaa tukuwe na umoja na ianzie chini, tukatae corruption, tuikatae mpaka hata wabunge. By the way, mi hata sijui, by the way, si ati kwa ubaya, mi hata sijui ni nini tunasumbulia huyu msee mwingine, huyu mjamaa huyu. Problem ni wabunge. Hawa wabunge ndio shida kubwa sana, sababu sheria inatengenezewa kwa bunge. Hakuna siku yenye sheria inatengenezewa State House. Mi nawaambia tu ukweli, hata nyote mnajua hakuna vile sheria itatengenezwa kwa State House ama kwa maofisi. Sheria inatokanga kwa bunge, inaenda State House, inasainiwa, ndio inapitishwa, inarudishwa kwa bunge, sasa inapitishwa direct. So bunge, hawa bunge ndio unafaa tunawaambia, wanakuwa tu wakisalamiwa wakisema, unaona, hata mimi na prefer like mbunge kabla alipo mshahara anafaa kuwe analipwa na commission. Tunaona tunaona kazi yake, alafu tunamwambia tunakulipa ama tukulipi. Juu ukiangalia huu mbunge saa hii as we speak, ndiye aende asikize shida zako. Ni kama sasa daktari ati lazima ulipe ile kitu consultation fee. Do you know wase wanalipongwa sitting allowance kukaa tu kwa parliament pale kusikiza shida zenyu? Lazima walipwe sitting allowance. Na imagine na ulimuelect, ati tena umlipe kukusikia. Haya, history ya basari, mbona hiyo pesa isiende tu direct kwa Ministry of Education? Watoto wasome free wote, hataki kujua, wasome wote, akili ikue. Mbona ingie kwa mbunge ndio ikuje kwako? Hai, ni kama uambiwe nipe pesa niende nikununulie kitu, na hiyo kitu unafaa kununua iko tu hapa karibu na wewe. Like wewe huwezi nunua, mimi ndo naweza kukununulia. Hiyo make sense? Otherwise yangu tu ni hayo, ni tutafakari na tufikirie, tuache ukabila. Sisi kama Wakenya tukuwe na umoja, na umoja ndio itatusaidia. That's it. Asanteni.
Fabish, is someone talking?
No, I can't hear anyone. I can't hear anyone.
Second point of Ezra. Can you hear somebody? Ezra, are you there? Ghost. Kimoja. Uko hapo. Kimoja. Bonnie,
You
check
want me?
in.
You want me to incite you more?
No. Can you hear anyone speaking?
No, I can't. Only you. No one else is
Oh,
speaking.
I thought it was because I was having some technical problems
No, I think
accessing the
people are just
space.
quiet.
So when it went silent, I was like, I need to check to make sure si ni mi peke yangu ndo. Kumbe it is all over the space. We have lost the host and the co-host.
Yeah, KOT is silent.
Toria,
Affirmative.
Toria.
Affirmative. We have lost. We lost them. We lost them. We lost. Oh, hey, how are we gonna get more new speakers on this panel?
Yeah, you need to.
When you exit the space, can you join as a speaker?
No, myself.
No,
No,
you can't join.
No. Oh, it wasn't opened. Wait. Let me tell the co-host, open the space to join as speaker. Wow. Hosti wetu amekuwa akikimbizana na DCI the whole day. Isikose he's banned out.
Alafu
Toria, check your messages. Yes.
Afro nakukumbusha watu watumie private networks, eh? Watu wajifunze kutumia VPN. Kuanzia kesho.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Download VPN. Which VPN do you use?
There are several VPN. Kuna ingine inaitwa Master which iko na is a free na iko na several locations, that you can choose one from.
It's free?
Yeah, it's free. It has a premium, but you can use the free one.
All right, guys, can you mask your location, your IP address by using a VPN?
Yeah.
I was, by the way, earlier this week when those pagers detonated in Lebanon, I was very shocked. I was like, who uses pagers?
Yeah.
In 2024.
2024.
Like, yeah. I thought I was reading. I thought I was reading a headline out of 2010.
1911.
Yeah, huko. Like, this cannot be 2024 news. Ati pagers detonate all over Lebanon. But then after I did some little research, I read an article that they were using this old technology in terms of communication. Like if you use smartphones to communicate matters operation, you are subject to being hacked. So that's why they were relying on pagers to communicate in terms of their resistance and their struggle. I was like, oh, it makes sense. So it makes sense that if you have a pager, you are part of this resistance. And this is the question I want to submit to the space forthrightly. If we passed pagers on, would you get one? Just to get a number like, hey, doing number. Apart, call here, get instructions. Tomorrow we are meeting in Kamukunji. Would you get one? That should be the mark of whether you are active or inactive. Whether you are fighting for the flag, a yes or serious no. Because by the time they put that code for them to detonate those walkie-talkies and pagers, it is 100%. If you have a smartphone, you're not even in the chain of command. But if you have a pager, for me, I think that is one of the most, as much as I condemn it, elite operations subjected by the Mossad intelligence community of Israel, which are now committing human atrocities in the Middle East. For everyone with half a brain, you can see that's what's happening. But anyway, bado angalau the Kenyan resistant movement, the movement in Kenya has not reached the level that we have to sambaza pages. Fabish, how do pages work? Able explain to me, Gen Z and other Gen Zs on the space. We are this
Pager,
technology is very foreign towards us.
yeah, pager is like it was actually like a walkie-talkie, eh? Because it has a like a command center, so that where the communication are channeled through. So like now, then we have to work with the codes. If I want to reach on you, then now I have to access through that code. Then it is me. So it has a private code, alafu then kuna sasa ile public. I mean like for example now maybe you are in a farm, maybe 10 of us. Then now kuna ile ambayo naweza kuongea, iko na frequency, eh? There's a private frequency, alafu kuna sasa ile public ile ambayo nikiweka everyone can hear. And then there is now a channel that I can tune in, and then we can just do one-on-one. Umeelewa Afro?
The pager gives you the channel in which everyone is communicating on. That's what you're saying.
Yes. There is a channel that everyone that is connected can hear the conversation, and then there is another channel that you can switch, and now it can give you one-on-one. So that means I have to know the channel that you are using and the one that I'm using, then I can just switch, and that will become one-on-one.
Oh, okay, I understand. So a walkie-talkie and a pager, they are complementary technologies.
Yeah.
Okay. So everyone knows what to use, and that's what I'm seeing, like moving.
It's an old technology. Even me, I'm surprised that Lebanese are using, But that Lebanon, iko na problem. Do you remember? I think like 4 or 5 years ago, that Beirut, I think it was that Beirut, nearly the whole town was destroyed, to ashes. There was a ship carrying fertilizer, alafu ikakuja ikadoka hapo, and the fertilizer were left there for a long time. Then siku moja tu explode, nearly wiped the whole city.
Oh, yo. Wait, I think I know the video you're making reference to.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought it was a ammunition depot that exploded near.
No. It was just a fertilizer.
It was a fertilizer depot near the sea that exploded.
Actually, it was not a depot as such. The story was that the consignment were being shipped, I don't know to which country. Then the ship had developed, I think, some kind of mechanical problem. So wakawacha hapo in the port for a long time. I don't know it was how many metric tons at the port.
Well, I remember seeing a video to that effect.
Yeah.
It was a large explosion. Even there are some people who were on the sea, like the waves hit them.
Large explosion, not only around the seaport. It went, I don't know how many, is it 50 kilometers? The buildings were shattered. Some were brought down. It was a very huge explosion. I think hata inashinda atomic bomb.
Mi vile ninaona kama dunia imeharibika, like there's a certain, sijui wase wameenda UN wameambiwa nini, they must have been given the green light to use oppressive force, because this is not business as usual. This is not what we envisaged democracy to be. And what you spoke about, one thing you need to understand about X spaces is that we have in Itumbi government bloggers and what I called seasoned fools. They are very seasoned, and this is the case of Miriam, George, Low, IQ, Watson, and a small boy called Munyamwezi. If you see that space,
Yes, they were all of them there.
you
Right.
you 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 will be doing yourself a service to avoid, because your brain cells die by the second, whether you're on speaker or listener. Sometimes because I know I have biases, like I have cultural biases, I have biases of how I was raised up, religious biases. I always try to look at any topic being discussed from both angles of the discussion, and I try to brains work the best like a parachute. When they're open, I'm open to hear what you have to say. In fact, it could be different from how I'm thinking, it could be very different from my line of thinking, but I am open to hearing your line of thought. Wairimo, Mwangi, Otieno, let me tell you, that space, I have tried to understand their line of thought, their way of thinking. I have diagnosed them as a congregation and conglomeration of Madhare patients. These guys are fools. Like sisi unafikiriaje? Please, when KOT is not hosting, please join those spaces. Those say, and to make the matter very painful is that they're not being paid. They're just foolish for the sake of being foolish. Wanapinga for the sake of kupinga. Like
Atukutafuta relevance, that is how they grow their spaces,
Today Fabish is going to register a political party for us as a movement. We all agree. Kesho atatoka aseme, Ruto has paid Fabish. Fabish ako Illumina. In 2011, Ruto said, Fabish said Ruto is supported Ruto for Minister of Agriculture. Like their brain ni kukanusha. So in moments like this, when we are all supposed to unite under the flag and bring the necessary change that is requisite for us to get a new republic, they are MIA, missing in action, because they are stuck in their ways and modes of thinking. And I'm telling you, Miriam, Munyamwezi, Low IQ Watson, or Joe Now, by the way, those people who are new to Twitter, because us have been on these streets for a few minutes. Before June 25th, Andrew Kibe was the biggest Kenyan space in East Africa. This side of the Nile, alikuwa nasukuma stories za masculinity. Some days is right, some days is wrong. Alafu historia finance bill ikakuja. I remember that space like it was yesterday. Yeye, George IQ Watson wakahost huyu MP wa Thika anapenda kutugunganisha, naitwaje? Want to be MP, aspiring MP Thika. This man who anatusi kila mtu kwenye Gaidho.
Oh,
Mbona mjui Gaidho?
huyu nani, huyu journalist.
Gaidho Boniface Mwangi, they hosted a space. And on that space, I remember I was just listening. And at that time, Andrew Kibe, George, Miriam, Munyamwezi, all were pro-government, all were pro the finance bill, all were supporting the finance bill. Ukishika mic, wanakukojolea, wanakuambia, hey, have you read the finance bill? Do you know the government needs to raise money? Are you against taxes? What have you read? Manze, it was then that a night and day line was drawn between those who were reject finance bill and those who are pro finance bill. And Andrew Kibe would have been. But this is the problem I have with Andrew Kibe and George IQ Watson, not to get into deep into personalities, because tomorrow we are hitting the streets. But when it comes the time to be a man, this is the time. Like, masculinity is not about talking. It's about acting. Right now, there is a dark cloud over Kenya. But instead of fighting evil, the so-called pro-manospace voices. Let me look who is listening. No, mama! Forgive me. But they are the ones who are hiding in the shadows. They're the ones who are supporting tyranny. They're the ones who are supporting this illegitimate government. They're the ones who are supporting the use of force. They're the ones who are supporting anarchy. They're the ones who are supporting working outside the laws. That is who they're supporting. These are the people who hold the spaces. And let me tell you something. A nation's or a country's most dominant, most articulate voices will define culture. Look at radio, look at TV, look at these spaces of information, internet. Those articulate voices will define how the tribe thinks. And that is why we cannot shut up. That's why we cannot keep quiet. And that's why we cannot afford to stay silent. Especially if you're convicted. And it's in these moments of conviction, in terms of knowing that even if you are alone, knowing that what is being done to Morara Kebaso, even if you don't agree with everything that he says or his methodology, you can stand and say, no, that is wrong. You are a man. You are who you say you are. You are a principled human being. Toria is here more. I rather listen to Toria 100 times. Afadhali Toria niongoze before I go with Andrew Kibe or Low IQ Watson. These guys are half the men they say they are. I'm tearing their personality because in times when they are needed to use their platform to fight for social justice and equity, they are using it to divide the movement. They're using it to tear into people. Fabish has just come from that space. I wasn't there, but he has just said they are against. And they are asking ati wanataka kuona ati, did you have they had a court order
Atu
to
anasema
arrest and search
ati simgoje
and take
kesho
his
kama
private,
atakuwa
his
represented
laptop
na
and his
lawyer.
phone. How? Hii ni Kenya gani tunaenda? So hizo spaces avoid. Now, let me tell you, eagles flock with eagles. Me, I know. Nikikuona kwa hiyo space, me, I black. If you are there every morning, na ninaona
Afro.
Boni ndo huyu kila siku wako huko, mi nakuweka 2x. I know, do not associate with this individual. And Kenyans are very smart. Please, we are not foolish. We know the voice of freedom. We know the voice of liberation and those people who stand for social justice. And when time comes, we know who to rally behind. We are not foolish. Don't take us for idiot. Msitubebe ufala. Msitubebe ukili. We can akili. You cannot fool everyone. We are not the age of of the last generation where we unatupatia 1,000 and we vote for you. We can definitely see when projects are not being done, and education, the education sector, the healthcare sector, infrastructure, the roads, the bridges are not being constructed, and Kenya is lagging behind. Tanzania na Burundi wanatupita. Burundi already are doing an airport bigger than JKIA. Tanzania already have a train system which is more developed than Kenya, manze. And we were light years ahead of them, but they're catching up to us because of corruption. And here we have Sakaja with buildings in Dubai. Manze, tuamke. Host, umeamka?
Afro bana. Sasa mimi nataka kuomba dakika
KOT, uko hapo?
5. Yeah, unanisikia sio?
Kefa, are you there?
Tori, hebu ambia Afro ama ni person ambia Afro naongea.
Yeah, nani
Ezra.
Afro? KOT
Kefa.
anaongea Afro.
KOT.
KOT anaongea.
Ala, mnanisikia nini? Tori, can you hear me?
I can hear you Afro, but the host anaongea, KOT anaongea.
What? I can't hear anybody. Fabish.
Afro kiasi tu. Let me send you somewhere, then you come back. I'm sure you'll hear all of us.
Let me drop and come back because
ready. Yeah, we are going to print them alafu tuone. But now guys, remember this movement ulianza kitambo sana, and some of you thought that this movement ilianza June. No, it wasn't in June. Hii movement ilianza as early as April, March huko nyuma, and we were on this platform and we were posting that we only have we currently have the first one-term president before hiyo mambo na finance bills zikuje zikinini, because we had so many issues your time. And so guys, mimi even before I fully subscribe to the movement.
Sorry,
at some
KOT.
point, yes,
KOT. Kindly mdrop Toria alafu mlete tena. She can't hear anything, she can't drop herself.
Sawa, nimefanya hivyo. So me personally nilisema let me just join this movement because I had nothing to do, but sikujua kwamba the moment una join hii movement nakaa kama cult, going back ni ngumu sana. And so I met with so many people on this platform. I'm sure that most of you hapa hatujuani au nijui mi ni nani, mi sikujui, but because we are fighting the same goal, that's the reason we've been united and we've been in these spaces for as long as nights and days. And so there is one person mwenye ali attract my attention, and that guy was Morara Kebaso. So this guy was of course doing hizo launching of the projects, yeah. Na prior to mimi hata kumjua, we had started something called civic education huku mashinani. And you guys, you can remember there are some guys that we travel with them all our way from Nairobi to Mombasa via SGR. And then we came back. But now when we came back, some people criticized us. Najua mimi naye nakwanga mtu ukini criticize mimi sitakujibu. In fact hata ukini respond vibaya kwa tweet yangu, mimi sitakujibu. I'll just look at it, pass through it. Nikuache ufanye vitu zako because I know how to manage my nini inaitwangaje, wale watu mnasoma hizi mambo na mambo za akili, eh? And so I saw Morara doing his own things, and I felt like probably this the person mimi I can clinch with, even though your time mimi I wasn't in for mambo na political party and whatever, because huko nyuma we were chanting we are partyless, we are leaderless. But I said if this guy he has something that we can work together in common, then let me join him. And of course nilikatafuta Morara, of course he was so positive, yeah. Akaniambia bro, ni aje, you can come to our team, tuko tunatembea pamoja, yeah. And so I said wacha leo nikuje, tuende wapi? Mount Kenya. And when we reached to Mount Kenya, those guys thought mimi kama Kioti, unajua mnanitanga hapa Kioti, but I call myself Mabonga. They thought I'm just a person who comes to digital platform to type, niandike vitu nyingi, propaganda stories, then go. But then they said Kioti akapo cha tumpatie mic, and the guys gave me the mic. Ile mic mlinunua ile mic mlinunua na ile gari yetu. And now I was speaking to the people of Mount Kenya. And so one of the guys when walikuwa so close na Morara, he came to me and he said, Kioti, unajua Kiswahili aje bana? Because how can you just speak a fluent Swahili on a public platform, and of course unaongea exactly what we want to talk, hiyo mambo na civic education, mambo na corruption, mambo na tribalism, nini. Akasema mimi I'm such a guy mwenye nikiamua nikuwe saizi mwanasiasa, mi nitapiga siasa, nikiamua nipige activism nitapiga activism. So ikakuwa hivyo, and I fully joined their team, but I joined there as Mabonga, as Kioti, not as probably someone tuseme a group of a team. No, I joined there personally, nikiwa solo, and I told them, guys, najua pia nyinyi mnapiga kazi zenu, pia I'm coming here, but because we all have the same goal, kila mtu atakuwa anashikilia mali anashikilia, yeah. And so we tried some 1 2 3 tukamaliza Mount Kenya, and now tukaenda Rift Valley. So going to the Rift Valley, this is what happened. Jana leo ni siku gani? Leo ni Tuesday. So on Sunday tulimaliza hiyo civic education in Bomet. And now we wanted to come back to Nairobi, but we thought there is somewhere hatujaguzia. There is a certain place inaitwa Mulot in Bomet. So we went to Mulot, yeah. We spoke to those people there. We tried to resonate with them. Na jamaa wakatuambia ni aje bana, sisi hii nini yetu, hii kaunti yetu, sisi hata hatujui watu huku venye wanawake. And we find out that in this Bomet County, actually Bomet County is one of the counties yenye kona a lot of issues.
Ni kama inataka kuanguka Kioti.
Haiwezi anguka bro.
Okay. So we find out that Bomet County is one of the county yenye kuna vultures huko sana. Number one, I realized that the cabinet secretary for roads and transport, Davis Chirchir, anatoka hapo. In fact, I recorded a video kutoka somewhere from the main road hadi huko kwake. And guys, ile state ya hiyo njia, it was so pathetic. Na nikamwambia jamaa bana, are you sure mnataka tufike huko hadi kwa gate yake? Akasema tuende, let us see. Tukafika hapo, and I was like, hii inakaa uchokozi, but tuende tu. So tukafika hapo, hiyo kunakaa pathetic kabisa njia, like unashangaa hii ni njia yenye inatoka kwa main road, inapita like almost 5 kilometers to the home of the cabinet secretary for roads and transport. Kakuja kunotice hawa jamaa hata watumia njia, wanakuja na chopa, wanaanguka hapo, wanatoka. And so I said hapa ndio itabidi to inject nayo kwa wale watu wa Mulot. Tukaenda kwa watu wa Mulot, tukawaambia exactly vitu tumeona huko, and those people walikuja kufurahia sana, wakasema nyewe nyinyi mmekuja hapa, and we never thought some people like you can come here and educate our people. Niko na a lot of messages in my phone. The people are really appreciative because we try to open up their eyes. But now I want you to get me clearly that in Bomet County, this county iko na a lot of projects zenye zilikuwa zinafanywa. There is this stadium ya IAAF. The stadium was launched na wakaiallocate 332 million, yeah. After that wameka hizo pesa zikakuwa allocated zote, zikaanza kufanya kazi,
Then they came to bring some conflict, wakasema hapana, hii stadium ni shamba ya university, wakaachana nayo, yeah, wakaenda kununua stadium ingine, shamba ingine huko. Since that they have never completed that stadium, hakuna kazi washaifanya. Hata hiyo sio issue. The issue ni mimi leo mlikuwa mnaona nikiuliza why no Uhuru, kasema no Uhuru Kenyatta, because Uhuru Kenyatta na Ruto when he was the deputy president, waliteremka Bomet County and they launched a field, wakalay that foundation ya building a university inaitwa Bomet University College, yeah, wakanunua shamba. After wamenunua wakalay foundation stone, tena wakachana, was told hapo they went out to construct and build the university kwa shamba ingine. Kufe, yeah, these guys walichukua shamba fulani hapo wakanunua they were to construct that governor's residence, yeah, kukakuwa na issue, wakaachana nayo, wakanunua tena ingine, ndio wakajenga hiyo residence, wakiweka over 78 million, lakini bado iko tu. Siku hizi kitu inatembea huko ndani ni monitor lizard. So I came to realize that in Bomet County, this is a county yenye it's at the heart of the Rift Valley, yeah, because the current president anatoka huko, anatoka Rift Valley, hata kama atoki Bomet County, but most of the projects wamekuwa wakizifanya double, yeah, they allocate funds mahali fulani, pesa zinakulwa, wana allocate kwingine, zinakulwa, wanaanza kufanya hii project kwingine. And so hapo ndio nikaona yenyewe on the ground things are not exactly as you think huku hivi kwa online. You need to go there mujionee kabisa. And so ukiona saizi wamechukua mtu kama Morara they have felt that heat kabisa, because they are being exposed what is happening there. They are really being exposed, yeah. Unapata hizi projects nyinyi, hakuna mtu alikuwa anajua. Mimi hata singaijua watu launch projects mbili Bomet, wananunua shamba mara mbili, wanajenga moja, wanaacha ingine, hiyo wata grab with the time, yeah. And so me personally I feel like mtu kama Morara amechukuliwa, it's because he's been exposing this naked king, yeah. He has been speaking out loudly, yeah. And of course these people expected that when we go to the Rift Valley we'll get resistance, but the people of Rift Valley, they welcomed us, yeah. And so majama, nistaki story nyingi. Leo ndio ile siku tukutane pale CBT, yeah. Plaka zenu ziko ready, kuna kuprint, naongea naye, zitaprintiwa, tupatane huko. We are going there peacefully. Mwenye atakuja kufanya infiltration tena na venye walitufanyia na goons, ole wao. But guys, I just want us to remain to the core. Ukikuja kwa hii movement there is no turning back. Means mi husema nikiturn back maybe hiyo ndio itakuwa time yangu ya kuwa silent kabisa. That's why huwa najaribu every now and then to speak out, ndio mjue niko. Juu nikinyamaza tu 3 days 4 days nivo. Na hii saizi venye nashika Morara hivi, hiyo ni kama ni litmus paper, wana test kitu fulani, yeah. They want to see if this blue litmus paper can turn red in that simpigie kwanza. Kama that blue litmus paper ita turn red in that. So guys, tuache kwa distract vitu nyingi. Kesho we are going there, but remember we're not going there just for Morara. We are going there for the issues that are really affecting Morara, issue being one of the main issues size. But remember we have Chief, we have Adani, we have the guy who has been sodomized in Mombasa. Let us go out there and speak out our voices. Msikuje tu hapa tu rant alafu kesho ifike watu walale. Let us do this. So Afro, rudi kwenu bana, acha nilale. Sijalala siku 2 bana.
Sasa unalala na bado hujalete co-host.
Yeah. Revolution haitaki uzembe, hakuna kulala. Unalala aje? Who was given permission to sleep? You sleep? Does Ruto sleep? But then before you fall asleep, and this is the issue I had with the whole revolution. Vile tulikuwa tunaandamana Tuesday, alafu tukaja break. Thursday, alafu break. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, watu wako sherehe. Monday, alafu like Ruto does not rest. That is, you need to before you engage yourself as an adversary of any force, you need to understand how your enemy moves. Ruto is a workaholic. This guy sleeps like 4 hours. Literally. Alikuwa nakumbuka 8 alikuwa ameapisha ministers 7 am 8 am kabla ingie tao. Kina Joho walikuwa sha beba Korano sha, they've not been so in. So we need to understand the level of discipline, work ethic that this government is operating on. Like, they do not want to concede power. And we must have the same discipline. That's why I do not have any time. Go on my TL. Nakwambia nitakupatia 5k. Find a tweet of me attacking anyone in the movement, whether it is Hanifa, whether it is KOT, whether it is the real Joe, Redemptor. I do not attack anyone in there. Because friendly fire kills. And we need discipline. And if Redemptor is saying Ruto must go, then she is my comrade. If Faith is saying Ruto must go, then she is my comrade. And this is the kind of discipline we need right now to offset this bad governance that's going on. Anyway, without further much ado, let me give the mic to Roderick. Uko hapo? Roderick.
Hello, unanisikia?
Endelea.
Mimi tu langu ni kushukuru, tumeng'ang'ana hii njioni, tumekuwa hapa regional, tukafukuzwa, tukashindiwa, but sina mengi kusema. Kesho tu occupy, then there is this issue enye tunasema tu occupy, then some people wanaanza kutweet like kesho tunaenda, tunaenda wapi? Kesho tunaenda, wewe usiulize kama tunaenda, wewe tokea. There is that issue enye some bloggers wenye people wenye tunajua sometimes wako na a lot of followers, wako na a lot of influence. Sasa unasikia mtu anauliza kesho tunaenda, so unakuta like watu wengine wataanza kuuliza kama huyu mtu aende ama nini. So kuna ile nini nyingine na drive people's back. Please, kama ni kusema tunaenda demonstrations, let all of us go with no retreat. Leo hiyo nini kesi ya gavana wa Mombasa, si Bruce blogger wa kwanza kuwa victimized. Tumeona Meru County, Kawira Mwangaza alilipa last year. A blogger, sniper, he was killed. Up to date. Familia yake ijaizika mwili yake. Up to date. We are just waiting the justice for sniper. So you can just look how impunity the government of Kenya is there. The only thing they will look is about money. Just the pesa mali inatoka ndio wanatafuta. Leo, huyo nini CSWL, huyo nini CSWL amejaribu kuulizwa maswali kuhusu nini shifu au ilando shifu from the lower nini informal sector, watakuwa deducted aje? Anaanza kucompare nini deductions za shifu na nini asolafan. Surely that is someone who was given an office, civil servant office. So for me, mimi yandi sidhani yandi kama sifikiri, nauliza ama naweza vandi viatu sahi tuende juu andi filimbi niko nayo hapa, naweza anza kupiga saini amshe watu kwa plot. I'm ready, totally ready, like yesterday. Thank you.
Haya. Thank you so much, Roderick. Kefa, can you hear us now? Kefa, can you hear my voice? Kefa. Kefa can't be heard. Faith Kwapo.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for giving me this chance. I know I've been disturbing you, Afrocentric, sending you messages. Can I be heard?
Loud and clear.
Okay.
Crystal clear.
So I just want to say a few things. First, diaspora is. Hello? Sorry. Hear
Who's
me?
calling you at this hour when you're injecting?
Sorry. That's my daughter calling me. I'm in diaspora. I'm in Dallas, Texas. So I just want to say we are behind Morara 100%. We are sending all resources available. I'll try my best and send something to the number that has been posted. But one thing I would want to say, just as one speaker has just said, we need to understand the enemy properly. If we go, well, for me, of course, I'm not at home, but I would have really wished to be there. I grew up in the Moi era, where I actually watched Matiba, and even before Kibaki went on the streets, I watched Matiba and Martin Shikuku, Charles Rubia. I know you, for some people who are here, those are names which labda mmesomea kwa history, but for us, we saw them. And the determination that they had, because they had one goal, we are getting Moi out. And they had a plan. And it is good that, for me, I feel that it's good that somebody has come out, he has a plan, and many people are having a plan, which is really good. The thing is, if we understand the enemy and how he behaves, Ruto has no agenda for the country. Please, could people stop saying he must do this, he must do that? He never had an agenda. Ruto's agenda is Ruto. And there's nothing he has for Kenya. So we need to stop saying Ruto needs to do this. He has no interest. And that is why he's in the skies all the time. His agenda is for himself, not even his family. It is first for himself. And then now it's easy to understand if his agenda is just for himself, there are weak lines. For him, his weakness is enriching himself. There is nothing. And that's why Morara was able to get him where it hurts most. He's been shown for who he is. He's a weak man. And right now he's weak. He's at his weakest. Anytime you see this guy abducting people, he's at his weakest point. Because when you're strong, you don't need to attack. When you're strong, you sit back and enjoy. But when you're weak is when you go for people. So for me, I would want to urge people, if you really want to know how to get Ruto out, you have to understand how Moi moved. Because what Ruto is doing is anything you see Ruto doing, Moi did it before him.
Anything we see Ruto doing, Moi did before him. That's the last we heard you say. Continue. Please unmute. Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, Faith. The
Sorry,
last
I'm
thing we had
sorry.
was anything Moi did.
Yes, anything you see anything you see Ruto doing, Moi did before him. If you want to know Ruto's next move, just watch what Moi did, then you'll know. Moi disbanded cabinet. Moi went after his VPs. You know how many VPs he had? He had Joseph Karanja, who he let go. He had Saitoti. These are Moi moves. If you want to know Ruto, just study Moi, and then you'll know how to get to Ruto. Ruto is actually so easy to get, way easier. And the thing is, right now he's at his weakest, and I don't like Miguna right now because of how he's talking. But to be honest, right now, Ruto is at his weakest point. He would never bother to go after a 29-year-old. And then the thing is, for me, I think what has really fired me up is when I saw the children who were burnt in Kiambaa. I lived in Sacramento. Sacramento is actually where those children were flown when they were burnt in that church, and now they're adults with scars from the fire. Let me say it hurts to the core knowing that the guy who did that was given leadership, and I feel so bad that people gave this man leadership, and I wish they did listen. I wish they did their groundwork, but this is where we are. We can still correct it. And the thing is, it's moving with brutal force within our hearts that you're not going to lead us. I refuse to be led by you. You're not my president. You never will be. You never were. For me, I didn't vote for him, so he never was my president. But and then my last thing is, in our days when I was in college, I went to college in between 96 to 99, and we actually college we were everywhere was infiltrated by NIS. Back in the day when I was growing up, you couldn't have a meeting of more than 7 people. It was illegal. So even for Christmas bash, we had to go to the chief to get a letter that you're going to have a bash. So yes, those were ruthless days, but Moi did not kill children. He did not kill children. Ruto has done it. For me, I urge, we want to come back home. For me, I want to come back home. But I look at the situation there and I'm like, where will I even start? Where will I start in a country that is completely broken? And what I can do best is send my resources and be a voice where I can be and push the agenda of Ruto going. Yeah, thank you so much. And I'm praying for you guys. Literally day and night, I lose sleep praying over you guys, covering you guys with the blood of Jesus. And I pray for your safety tomorrow and even in the coming days. God bless.
Is it just me? I neither can't hear anyone talking.
Afro, kwani umepelekwa wapi? Afro,
Niko,
have you
niko,
been
niko,
done the
niko,
thing?
niko. You can't hear me?
Na umenyamaza bana. Amka Afro.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
We can hear you Afro.
Paying attention, Wanyama. Go ahead.
Sasa umesema ni go ahead. Mimi nina boy la huko na enga. First of all,
Wanyama, I'm paying attention. Go ahead after Faith.
nakusikia. Afro, can you hear me?
Toria, Wanyama naongea? Kwa sababu simsikii.
Anaongea.
Peni Afro feedback. Anyway, wajama. The reason why niko hapa hivi ni kitu moja. Kesho hakuna spaces. So, let's do this and let's do this in a very bright way because kesho tuache. We've learned now. I think we've learned that kuna mistakes to make in the past, but saizi we stand better and prepared and organized. Mimi hapa saizi na naongea kwa sababu ya youths wengi, hatujui future yetu ikoje. Na vile Mabonga alisema, hii kitu by the way tunaweza joke nayo ni acha tuseme ni a check of how hot it can be or how cold it can be. Because kama wanaendea Morara na amekuwa akizunguka na hizo zote, trust me, tutasanywa. Hii nayo si joke. Na even beyond the part of watu kusanywa or not kusanywa, it's our organizational nature which is also at test right now as a movement. And ini Gen zote, see about Gen Z, sijui about what. Inaction is our biggest issue saizi. Our biggest problem will be inaction. So in whatever capacity as we've been doing, keeping the dream alive, keeping the forces alive, to inject further. If you've been doing 100%, if you've been doing 10%, that is the time to do 50%. If you've been doing 50%, now is the time to do 100. If you've been doing 100, now is the time to do 1,000%. Push it harder, push it brighter, because Kenya ni nyumbani manze. This is the only time, kwa sababu manze, unajua vitu vingine tulikuwa tunaona kwa movie, huku watu wanakimbizana, wallahi Kenya watu wanakimbizana na DCI. Imagine imefika kiasi gani yenye hata trust ya polisi imeisha mpaka watu wanakimbizana na polisi manze. Wild goose chase. Na hata tusiengage na hii maneno ya Gachagua, achaneni nayo. Sisi tunaenda street, wenye wanaweza fika street waingie street, wale wanaweza, the techies, this is the time to come back. And I know techies have been having a lot of conversations on it because I am aware of what has been happening. This is the time to come back. Hawezi tufundisha tech. Hii pesa yote wamekuwa wakikula waundi good systems. This is the time. In a country where ERP next inakuwa bid at 100 and something. ERP next is an open source system. Mnaenda kuleta HR system. This is sad walai. Ni very sad. Get 104B huko ndiye anaongea tu. Kimchezo wase. Mnajua 1 billion inaweza fanya vitu ngapi? Enda mwangalie madaktari wanakuwa owed pesa ngapi, walimu wanakuwa owed pesa ngapi. Then look at the amounts that is being siphoned. Kenya vitu mingi zina happen mbaya na ni kama tuko na propensity to forget. Shakahola ili happen ni kama tunasahau. Rivayala happened ni kama tunasahau. Na hii ndio wakati. So let's step out. This is the day.
Kama mbaya.
This is the day. Afro, who was next?
Afro akusikii.
Okay. Toria, nani alikuwa, acha nipeane sasa mic
Hey,
basi. Faith had finished.
me, I'm going to sleep now. I've
Oh.
been here from 6. It's 2 a.m.
Oh, Auntie Redempta, uko hapa? Sikuwa nimekuona.
I've been here from 6 and now it's 2 a.m. And the reason I've been here all these hours, it's because I could be the next person to be picked. And people don't realize the courage it takes to speak up against this system, especially when you're my age. Because like Faith has said, you just had to speak and mention, even flash 2 fingers and you'd be arrested. This week I had hope and despair combined because of just how smart the young people in this country are. I went for a launch of a tech hub somewhere in one of the poorest counties, the county with the poorest index. And I was shocked that these young people, mostly even from difficult backgrounds, had been sponsored and they were innovating things. There were about 8 groups that competed, and one very young, pretty girl had invented a security system. Another one, an app for ordering from kiosk kind of setups. And mnisisikike na wenye hii project because there were a lot of white people in that project. And I had a lot of sadness. I was like, these people are here to scout for talent and sponsor these people and take them abroad. And the group that did not win, they were being given gifts in envelopes. And I kept thinking 5K, 10K. One group had made an app for a microfinance. They did not win, but they were told your app already got a buyer. And I remember going to another girl had actually an app for mechanics. I mean, like I was in a room with some of the smartest tech kids this country has. And to imagine how they were being bought out. These people even have an education system where there's something that does not need Wi-Fi. And they piloted it in Garissa. And I was like, am I in Kenya? Who are these people with such smart? And I kept thinking, so these young people have all these solutions, but politicians stand in the way. And I walked to one of the young people and I said, please save your country. And that has been my objective from June, to tell the young people, this is yours to do. But the mistake I keep saying, and I'm sorry to use the word mistake, is to assume that the other generation was full of cowards. And I tell you, I am the one of the people who people come and ask, what are the young people saying? I listen here for 8 hours. I want to understand what is the psychology of a Kenyan youth, because it's almost a crime to be a young person in Kenya, young and poor, not everyone. And today I gave up that we'll ever have an intergenerational exchange. I gave up after I came here and someone attacked me and said I should not be given the mic because I'm not tweeting. When did I learn about tweeting? And I want to thank Afrocentric for educating me about Twitter Spaces just now. Because when I walked in this space, I did not know anybody and I didn't know how it works. Today I will confess, I tried to call Morara. Don't even ask me why I was trying to call him. Then later I had a number, I found it somewhere in a group. Then later I was thinking, when I came to this group and I was very shaken, I was like, do you know how many people have inboxed me because of hosting spaces, and how many of those people I suspect are agents? I'll finish by saying this. There's a cliche saying that a swara and a lion, every time they get out, the hunter and the hunted. The hunter says, I hope today I'll catch something. And the hunted say, I hope today I will not be caught. Now, in this analogy, it's not very easy to understand who is the hunter and who is the hunted. I want to believe my generation who are the oppressors. Not all of them are oppressors, but the ones who are in that clique of oppression, they're more scared than the young people. But they cannot afford to show fear. So what I would say is never show your enemy your weakness. Even when you're very angry and you don't trust anyone. I've seen people that I know come and you host spaces with them, they come and talk to you. Behind the scenes, they are busy arranging themselves the old political arrangement. But who am I going to tell that? So I just hope and I cross my fingers. And I'll tell you the last thing, because from now on, I support KOT, I support Wanyama. I've listened to Afrocentric, Toria. I've listened to all these people, and I'm like, sometimes when I hear people come here during the peak of the conversation, and they hype people and they hype, and there was a lady today saying, go and ban, go and ban. And then I exercise caution, because you see, we have to do this within the law, even though they are doing illegal things. The reason why I have exercise caution is because I want to live to fight until I see you people deliver a victory. I want to live to see it. I want to tell you the mistakes I've made in the work that I do that I would not want you to make. The younger generation gets very excited about posting and reposting. Not everyone who is posting and reposting actually believes in what is going on. There are people who've propped themselves. They have been planted. And I'll just finish with this last thing. Afrocentric will have this conversation another day about the people you are mentioning, because one day I stumbled into their space. I didn't know who they were, and they embraced me. And before now, I realized they didn't support the movement. And we were in that space until 4 a.m. Later on, I was like, what was I thinking? I'll finish by saying this. The revolution, the Gen Z, Gen Zote, they saved my life. Because in June, I was called, I had been investigating a crime, and I was called and I was interrogated for 2.5 hours. I thought I was going to die from stress because I had to be very bold. And I said, I will not, in fact, I said, I will not cry before these people. I was carrying the trauma of people. I had seen dead bodies. And then I was being asked, who are you? So you live in a way that nobody trusts you. When you go to this group, they say, oh, Redemptor Komboka, hata sijui mboka ni nini, analipo. And I'm like, do you know, I have never received a penny for hosting a space. So I'm just saying, when before now June happened, and I'd been investigating this crime, and I was called and I was ambushed, and they wanted me to say who I am, and I cried for 4 days, not because I was afraid of being, because someone said you put yourself in harm's way, you could have found yourself in Rivayala. And my daughter called me and said, Mama, come home. Just stop that, whatever you're doing, and come. And it was her birthday, and they called me, and there are some girls who are very big on Twitter, and they used to hear about what her mother does. So they asked me, what happened to you? So I told them I was called by that department I don't want to mention, and they interrogate being dropped. And I've said this story many times. I just have to repeat the story to say that I'll be coming to this space with a pseudonym because I don't want to be attacked when I am mentally, emotionally, physically exhausted. Because once who said, I think there's someone who said, I think it's Afrocentric who said, once you do this, you never walk away from it. So a lot of people who come here with a lot of frustration are having a burnout. And I'll tell you this, Wanyama, you've said something about, are you afraid you're in the right place? Courage and conviction is very personal. Do not step out to go for maandamano if you're afraid. Wait for the day you have courage, and then you bite the bullet. And I think every day, anybody who hosts a space or who because I will not have the courage to post some of the things you post. Because some of you can post those things because you don't have your names and your faces there. So you might not see me posting as much because I want to be credible. I'll give you an example. The Quarry murders, there's a social justice center called Mukoro. I think it's called Mukoro. They posted a list of missing persons whose bodies had been found in Quarry and the dates those people were missing. And the dates were mostly 18th, 25th, 27th. They had listed four missing bodies found. And I tagged that post. And then recently I was scrolling, I found they had removed it. And I knew in my heart of hearts they had been threatened. So when people come here, and like there were people earlier who came and said, go tomorrow, go tomorrow, go tomorrow, go tomorrow. I made a decision that I will never tell young people to go to the streets. I will say, listen to your heart, be led by your conviction. And the last thing I'll say is this, I've been looking for the I can't say the name, the Kitengela tree. I've been looking for them until the story came out yesterday of the two. Bob Njagi has never spoken publicly. The father is very protective. And I just want to say, even now, as people are rallying behind Morara, is that the digital activism in this case saved 3 lives. And it cannot be stopped, but it has no method. There's a guy called Amchege. Amchege, I think that's his course. All he does is post missing persons, even remind people of the people who died. And it's just to say, all of us here, even the ones who work for the government, who come and listen, all of us are wired differently. When Afrocentric, you're mentioning some of the names, there's a name you forgot, and that name is Kigen. And so Kigen will come to spaces, disrupt
They were
spaces.
together today. Redemptor, sorry, they were both of them, George, Mnyamwezi, Miriam, and Keegan. I
Yes.
shot them, all of them.
Yes.
But to be honest, that Keegan nimeona hata venye anatweet ati Morara deserves that. Like seriously?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
Keegan, for
When
those
you
who don't
come
know,
and you meet, when
Wase, mimi nakuanga na very simple rule na Kigen. Do not waste your time. Hiyo hata naweza waambia. Wherever I am, I do not even want you guys to spend your time on Kigen. Tafadhali. Kigen ashaingia. Afrocentric angekuwa anawasikiza hapa. Kigen ametutishia bana. Ever since tuingie spaces and all these things. Kigen ametusumbua, amekuja ametutishia, akatuambia vile ako na gun, sijui baba yake ni nani. When we started not giving him attention, he lost all that he can do. So he moves around and does all those things. Achaneni kuspend time na Kigen. Heri hata uitishe more minutes ya kuinject. Lakini si kuongelea Kigen. Kigen is
no, I'm just saying.
Mwacha
Thanks,
afanye.
Wanyama. I'm not even dwelling on personality. I'm just saying it takes courage even to come to this place and trust total strangers that you're all in the same page. But what I know is the conviction that is going on, the movement. It's something that has no reverse gear. And I just again to remind you that the people who are holding power are more scared than the young people. Because one, you have the numbers. Two, you have courage that comes with youth. Of course, the people who've been made to do the dirty work, some of them are not even in their right mind. So I'll just say, even as people make plans for tomorrow, what I am urging people is not don't go, but just let someone know what you're doing, let someone know you're going, because I feel very sad that there are unclaimed bodies in the morgues. Whose children are those? So I'm siko hapa kuuzia mtu woga. I'm just saying, exercise your courage with caution. That's what I do. That's why I don't overpost. That's why I've been approached by many people. People even pretend they're interested in my books. I smell these people a mile away. So ni 2 a.m. I have so much work ahead of me. And the ones who are going to go out there, I wish you safety. And you're on the winning side because it's a moment in history, just the way we had one in 2002. The side shows they're attacking each other. Kama umechoka, take a break from social media because breaking down hakuna mtu atakupeleka counseling after that. You'll be in your own corner. So range is good, but be careful. Sometimes there are people who come here and tell you, let's go tomorrow. And I know these people. So I don't even, sometimes I'll raise my hand or I'll go to a space when they see me, they leave. So kutoka leo